1, 2, 3. Hello. Good to have you with us. Redstone Ninjas here. So we've got your first rows up. We're going to continue working on the road um, as we uh, as we expand that out. We're going to take it and take the truck station that we put next to the road port and get the truck station, the rival truck station inside um, where we're going to take the product from there and either get it into the mall and or where it needs to go. And a bug just joined us. He said I went from Factoria to Satisfactory and even carried a lot of the mannerisms. Yeah. Oh, Smiling Peter said audio is terrible. What's terrible about it? Is it too quiet?
Okay. Icy Knight says we fixed it. Yeah, I twiddled some knobs.
Okay.
Let us know if it's better, Smiley Peter.
Okay. So we are slowly. Yeah.
I think YouTube's a bit delayed. We're getting a little bit later feedback over there on YouTube. We
Okay.
did just make a change. Let me know if that works for you. It's better now? Okay.
Okay. It also, the mics are a bit far from my mouth, farther than usual. We keep tweaking our new setup, and in tweaking our new setup, we're finding that things we wanted to do aren't quite working. Um, like for example, back in that corner, I wanted to have my printers on a table. Stock is still soft. She's smiling. Peter says.
Okay.
Um, I wanted to have my printers back in this corner, which pushed my desk farther forward, and it's not working. It pushes my desk farther forward than Robert's desk. And so it looks like I'm going to, for tomorrow, we'll try it again tomorrow, get rid of the table that has my printers on it. And okay, sound is good on Twitch. It's YouTube that's having a problem for some reason. That's
Interesting.
interesting.
Okay. Well, let's see where we're at now.
So I'm going to move that printer table over to a different corner. Um, it'll go over on this side rather than on this side, and that will allow us to move my desk backwards and should solve a lot of the issues with both the camera settings and camera placement and microphone placement as well. So we'll look forward to that tomorrow. We just did as much as we could before the live stream started. So anyway, I appreciate the sound check. Doc is still soft. I don't know what to do about that.
Okay. I'll keep on twiddling some knobs. Let me know if it's unlistenable at this point.
Okay. Yeah, Tobias says the same thing about,
Being pretty quiet.
but Amir said it was better. So
Okay.
okay, Icy Knight says he sounds good on YouTube too.
Yeah, I think YouTube is also delayed by a bit.
Okay. Okay, very
I think
good.
we're doing okay.
YouTube tends to lag back farther um, than Twitch does. I'm refreshing my YouTube screen and seeing what. Okay, alrighty, there we go. And for some reason, Twitch is still showing the intro screen. I'm not quite sure what the deal is.
It's probably just pause there. Twitch makes it pause there. It's gonna be there.
When they're not primary,
Yep.
they want to be primary, or they're just not gonna play, huh?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and send me back to the game. Okay.
Okay. You want to get a gate, huh? Already showing your
Yeah.
eyes.
Let's go out of the room. What? What is this nonsense? Oh, this is creepy. Is it his fault, or were you in on this?
Oh, we were both in on definitely.
And what weapon are you carrying?
This is just the stun rebar. This is what I used to knock him out of the sky.
Okay, are we gonna go kill Garrett's character then?
Well, no, because then we'd have to deal with his inventory. I want to do that.
You don't want to hurt him.
I don't want to have to handle his inventory because if he's offline when we do that, we get his inventory.
Okay, so disarm yourself then. Thank you.
So we could just need to fix him out.
Okay. Oh, can we break out of this place?
Yeah, we could just go right through here. Ta-da.
Go right through here to where? Oh, it's dark outside.
Yeah,
I thought we reset this.
oh, we have. Let's maybe this server restart it.
So you built this structure just to trap me?
Yes. I mean, you were hovering midair when you logged out, and so it's like, oh, I guess I'm not built something midair.
Okay. All right. So, what is the hotkey to get into Sky UI?
I've been trying to use it. It lagged last time, so it's probably just gonna lag behind the container for it to come off to fix it.
Okay. We do have a first time chat while you're looking at fixing that. Um, okay. Hi Doc. I'm passing by here to say thank you for all the tips about the game. Helps me a lot. Love your content in Brazil. Okay. I know some friends that watch your videos too. Well, thank you, Hidden Noya. I appreciate you popping in and letting us know that you're there. It's really nice. So I just don't know what to do about the structure. You know, this is crazy being on top of a billboard.
Isn't it weird?
That is weird. So, anyway,
Okay. Let's see if that'll work. Ah.
and it was daytime.
Yep. So yeah, we could just dismantle it if you'd like. Iceman asks, "Are you ready for a master kill dock plan for today?"
Oh, gee. I see now. He's crazy. Okay.
So what are we doing today, Doc?
Well, what my thought was is that we would build the truck station inside the let's see where I fall. Okay. All right. Garrett's just gonna. Oh, Garrett fell too.
Oh shucks. It means we get to run over him with a truck, right?
I don't know. Let's see. Oh, that's him here. Yeah, we'll probably have to run over him a few times. Yeah. So, well, we built the truck. Let me just hover here. So we built these drone stations such that um, we have them going straight into a truck station. The truck's going to come pick up here, and then come around this side, and then they, of course, then go into the factory. So the receiving end of this whole thing needs to be built now so that we can set up a truck. Now, the first thing we have to do is bring rocket fuel to the far end one so that all of these can be filled with rocket fuel. Um, so I'm going to go over to the mega factory at this point and get a drone set up and set up a drone pair for this final um, drone drone port back here, the one that does not have a truck station because it unloads its product underneath this platform and loads fuel into each one of these drone ports. So in this last one, you just won't see a truck station. And I'm hitching a little bit until we get the server up to speed. Last time the lag and the dropped frames only happened for about the first 15, 20, 30 minutes of it. Um,
Yeah, then it.
and then it was okay. But so this drone port is going to be the receiving drone port for the rocket fuel. And I'm still debating whether to go to the mega factory or go um, straight to the place we're making the rocket fuel, Robert. If I go straight to the place we're making the rocket fuel, we could bring it in here, and then we don't have a problem with the gigafactory.
I think I'd like to do that because we do want to more or less decommission the mega factory over time, right?
Exactly. So I'm thinking, let's go ahead and put this in, put this drone port going to the rocket fuel production plant. Um, and yeah, there's plenty of floor space on that top floor to put a drone port easily, easily hooked up. So I believe I already have a portal set up for there. Because now, what the whole idea there is that the second one we're going to do is to the second drone port we're going to set up is to um, supply the devices that are needed for the get words here um, for the portals, so that we can supply the portals with everything they need.
Yeah, right now we have a little footlocker there with stuff full of them.
Yeah, exactly. So,
And then it's always calling back base, hey, can you activate such and such portal so we can get home?
and the server finally drew our second statue here from Mega Meaty Bacon Man. These Minecraft statues in the middle of Satisfactory. Ha ha ha! That was a cute idea.
You know what? I'm gonna head towards you and I'm gonna put signs up on our statues so we.
Yeah, let's put signs on the base of those statues. Yeah, let it know that Mega Meaty Bacon Man made that statue. Compacted coal factory, aluminum factory. That's the aluminum factory we want to go to, right? Because the aluminum factory just down from the aluminum factory is the just outside is the thing. So where we currently have the hidden personal storage box here.
Yep.
All you see is the outline, and if you and I and Garrett didn't know it was there, it wouldn't be there. So here's and what do they call it? Singularity cell. I called it a singularity cube, and now I knew that was wrong. But the singularity cells there, what we're doing. So pull one over there, and I'm gonna head on over here to the aluminum factory. And I want to go here, and I want to put these in there, and wait for this thing to fire up, and then I'll head on over to the aluminum factory, and then just down from the aluminum factory, we'll put a drone port. And we'll give it an appropriate name. And then, so the second thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get the singularity cells coming over here, so the portals are always funded with the things they need. So here's my portal, and the server hasn't gotten rid of all my weeds yet.
Yeah, so Tony No Montana was actually asking that. Yeah, because we're on a server for the first 20 minutes or so, things are a bit stuttering, but it all clears up over time.
Yep, it all clears up a bit. And realistically, if when we get to the point where we can really, we're not just rushing at the beginning of a stream to get going, after a while, we'll go ahead and get on the server and play for a half hour before we start. Although I was forbidden from playing today because they wanted to, because they had imprisoned me in that weird looking building, and they wanted me to react to it online. So
because you had foolishly logged out in public spot.
Because I had foolishly logged out in a public spot. Okay, that's what the whole point is, huh? Okay. So much for being foolish, right?
You fool.
You fool. I'm going to put a gate hole wall right here, because I want to be able to go out here without getting caught up in those stupid... Sorry. In those hyper tubes.
And Icy Night is only staying around for a little while because he has some testing for school today.
Ooh, testing. School ought to be getting out here pretty soon, right?
Should be.
I have a post here that's no longer needed. No, it's holding up the conveyor.
Icy Night, all caps. Doc, how could you say the S word?
What S word did I use?
School.
School. Oh,
Remember that Doc is a professor, so, you know.
school is good. Robert,
What?
you are not allowed to act that way.
Your parents do not have your own opinions. Shh.
Okay, so guess what? I don't see any production going on here.
Oh no. Oh no.
I see nothing happening. So let's figure out what's wrong.
He says, yes, school will be over in a month or so. It just means more time to be on the Minecraft realm. Awesome.
Okay, the nitric acid isn't coming in. I'll bet you it's because the drone port, for some odd reason, has decided to abdicate its role to work function. No fuel. Okay.
Okay, so we need to provide fuel at both ends.
Yep. And I don't. Where are you?
Which is easy because we're making packaged fuel here.
Packaged fuel? Rocket fuel, I hope. Packaged rocket.
Yeah, we're making rocket fuel here. Sorry.
All right, let's get the rocket fuel in there. And hopefully that drone will take off. It should have plenty of rocket fuel at the other end. Why it didn't have enough at this end, I don't know, because it goes to the mega factory and back, doesn't it?
No. No, it doesn't have any at the other end because the other end was supposed to be. Because that location was being fed.
That's the nitric acid end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which means I really have to travel over there and get it. Where are you located?
I'm here right next to you.
Oh, you're here?
Yeah, well, you said there was a problem here. I figured we need to do a little bit. I'm
So-
actually going to go to the Mega Factory and pull out all of our. Oh, wait. Yeah, we have a bunch of. It's getting packaged nitrogen gas, right?
What is going on? I'm looking up into something. I'm looking up into my helmet and my arms.
Oh, you need to land and crouch. That's a server problem. I've seen that one. I've had that.
Okay. That fixed it.
Yeah.
So I just need to watch this drone port and see if the other drone comes back. It might not.
I am manually feeding some nitrogen gas just to get things going because we really don't want the cascading failure of all of our drones going down because they all ran out of problem.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you're getting nitrogen gas from the. So which ones are moving? I don't see any of them moving yet.
No, but it has to go through several stages before it even gets up there.
Oh, that's right. We're on the second floor.
Yeah. And I says I stayed up late, extra late last night to make sure my Minecraft video was ready for today because I'll have you posted while you're testing.
Okay.
So I'm rendering the replay mod footage right now to finish off the video, and then I'll set it to post. Okay, cool. Do you still enjoy using replay, or have you tried using flashback? I swapped over to flashback very quickly because flashback basically has the same tool set that every video editing software has. So it's been really nice.
Okay, our production, our electricity production is a 277. So Looks like we're doing okay with that.
Redstone Ninja, no, we do not make ionized fuel.
So what is the waste product that's
Coal, I believe.
yeah, compacted coal is one of the waste products. Okay. So the fact that we're getting coal going into the sink uh, is good. That means we're getting some rocket fuel being made. And okay, we're to the end of the line, and we've got rocket fuel coming out. Okay, and we've got packages coming in. Okay, we've got rocket fuel starting to move. Our storage
So,
container had completely emptied itself.
so Doc, Redstone Ninja asked about us using ionized fuel.
Uh-huh.
Uh, and ionized fuel is the next step after rocket fuel. So we could unlock that and make that change at some point. We just haven't got to it yet.
Yeah, we're pretty invested in rocket fuel. Are we gonna? Do we even want to get to that?
Yeah, well, it's the same thing as the switch over to turbo from turbo fuel to rocket fuel or regular fuel to turbo fuel. You just add another ingredient and make it better.
How much of this infrastructure do we need to change?
Nothing. We just have to add to it.
Interesting. Okay. All right, we've got rocket fuel coming out on a fairly regular basis. The question is the drone actually delivering the nitrogen, or is this totally working off of you having thrown it in here?
Good question. And Bruce says, "Morning, champs."
Morning. Because I don't see a drone here, and I don't. It says the drone is en route.
The question is it at the other location?
Yeah. Oh my. We're not. Great.
You want me to fly over to the other area and feed it from over there?
I think you do, and we've got a problem over here. We're not routing fuel into this drone port.
Right.
It's just a container.
Yeah, I set up that container the last time everything fell apart.
Okay,
So you want to start routing some over here?
yeah, I think that's our first obligation here.
Yeah, you route that over there, and I'll go boost the other side to make sure it can get here, and then it's not too long of a trip. I'm sure it'll be able to take the round trip if we miss them. I'm absolutely certain," said the guy who's been wrong 5 times already.
Okay.
And Redstone Ninja says it's technically speaking the ionized fuel the most efficient for drones if you exclude plutonium because plutonium makes waste. So, however, making ionized fuel takes power shards is what Isonite says. That's fine because we now automate power shards.
Yeah, we automated power shards a while back.
Or the better off DMC with the alt. DMC stuff.
Oh, stretch time. Takes power shards as an ingredient.
Oh, yeah, dark matter crystals with the alt. That's actually really easy. We have tons of dark matter crystals. Those are easy to make.
All right.
And that's good because we have a lot of the dark matter generally that we don't have a dump for. You'll have a good dump for. Wait. You know, it's been a little bit since we've had some good Satisfactory tips.
Yes.
Hopefully those will be returning this week, which will be neat. We already have a couple recorded. We're going to continue to put some more out, especially the multiple, which is a lot of fun. Noesis says, I built a temporary aluminum setup that'll generate me 134,000 aluminum clad sheets. Not sure if that'll be enough though. Over 3 hours? 134,000 over 3 hours. Okay. What are you going to use those aluminum clad sheets for? In bases.
Got to take a phone call. Take the stream for a sec.
Okay. I need you to mute on your end. Okay. I'm just flying and stuttering through hypertubes as I go to areas I haven't loaded yet. Oof. Oof, that frame rate. Lots of belts. Oh, okay. Okay. I am actually here to go to a place that doesn't have a... You know, the Caterium truck stop will take me close. Especially with how badly it's... Oh my gosh, I can't walk. I can't walk. Oof. There we go. And Ice and I says the alt recipe requires packaged rocket fuel instead of the pipe stuff. Yeah, that actually makes it a little bit easier, right? And I'm betting it uses the same containers. Well, oh, but if it uses a container, it creates something that's already containerized, I hope. So you have to do the unpackaging, repackaging process like we've done a couple times. Oh, we have you back, Doc?
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
You can keep chatting away.
Well, let us see what you're doing, because you're probably doing something more fun than...
Well, I don't know about more fun, but definitely more interesting, possibly.
But definitely more interesting. Oh, it does not come with a package with the alt. Oh. Man, Doc with a good boost. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no, what?
With good speed coming out of the hyper tube, you go really far with the INS fuel. With the server lag, I was being sent way farther than what I wanted to.
With server lag. Oh no.
Yeah, we're good.
Gotta stack this thing. I'd like to defoliate this tree a little bit, but
Just cut off a limb or two.
What?
Just cut off a limb or two.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels like we've been doing that constantly. Garrett and I, you know, when the stream ended yesterday, went, chopped a whole bunch of wood, hauled it, you know. Continue to get things organized. This winter we don't freeze like we did last year. Okay, so Noesis is talking about the aluminum setup. Says I started off making a mega factory as opposed to modular factories, but I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought. So I'm making the sheets so I can build my modular factories without having to upgrade the belts constantly. Okay. As long as you're enjoying it.
Can you upgrade a container?
No. Yeah.
No? Okay.
Which is silly.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm just going to go to organization, and I'm going to put an industrial one here.
Oh no.
Oh no,
The
what?
problems are bigger.
What problems are bigger?
Oh no. Oh no. I took the rocket fuel out of my inventory so I could give some to to the drone port, and I go jumping off the side of the factory, and I'm
Oop.
flying with biofuel.
Uh,
Suddenly, I just can't move.
oh no.
Sorry. No, we're struggling getting enough empty containers here to the port because I bet you the truck is just backed up.
Enough empty containers to where you're packaging the gas, hydrogen gas, or whatever it is.
Uh huh.
Interesting.
So, I guess I gotta go fix the truck. See, oh, trucks. And German Chip said, "I just got out of school. Doc, did you open the stream too early?"
No, open it on time.
On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we stream in the mornings, our time. And on Mondays and Thursdays, we stream in the afternoon, our time.
Yeah. All right. I want to go back to logistics, and I'm going to put a conveyor lift here and to attach it to the upper one here. To go up. What's weird about this is my conveyor, the most convenient place to put the conveyor was in the tree. See that?
Of course.
Sweet cat. What do you want? My cats talk to me, by the way.
Oh. They talk like that all night long. And Redstone Ninja says, "I'm currently having issues with that forestry area because the giant trees you just can't destroy."
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, I landed over here in the tree, and then just came over here and go into the lift and down into where I need it.
Nice.
And
Okay,
so
that's going to store up a lot of extra rocket fuel.
it will store up extra rocket fuel, yeah.
Okay.
And if you think I ought to not store it up,
To be honest, it's going to suck the whole factory dry trying to fill that up at first. It's just on a regular splitter though, right?
just on a regular splitter,
Yeah, it'll be fine.
it should be.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go off of that splitter, and I'm going to also create a drum port out of it too. So
Okay.
start trucking it, start droning it.
And Oasis says next is going to build a turbo fuel plant. Going to have 6 nodes of crude, two of each tier, using the heavy oil residue, diluted package fuel, and turbo fuel recipe setup. Cool. So what is this drone port going to be for?
This is going to be for taking packaged rocket fuel to the gigafactory
Oh, okay.
to fund our drone ports on the outside.
Right. Okay.
It'll be the first drone port that we have that doesn't take it from the mega factory.
Okay. Yeah. Slowly getting away from the mega factory. And Classy Fight is here. Says hello, everyone.
Hi.
Just unlocked oil in my game. No idea how to start though.
The neat part about it is you get to figure it out.
Yep, oil is definitely one of those moments where suddenly the rules of the game have changed. You have to learn a new mechanic. Okay, trucks, keep on moving. Stop pretending y'all know how to drive. Come on now.
Stop pretending you don't know how to drive. Is that what you said?
Yes. They're just standing here. Oh, poor baby's out of fuel. Aw. Get out of here. What's going on over there, Doc?
Oh, they've decided to play inside the green screen. So Mittens is under the green screen, and Callie's around and playing with it outside the green screen. Oh dear, dear.
This guy. Doc is so permissive with his cats. This is so funny because this is
Permissive. He's calling it permissive.
Yes, I've never seen him behave this way towards any other creature, human or otherwise. But with his cats, it's just, oh, it's so adorable. Oh, look what they're doing. It's so cute.
Okay. Okay. Permissive, I'm called.
I said, I can't believe it. The rumors are true. Doc's using straight mode.
Yes. I use straight mode a lot. Come on.
So, Doc, did you inform the family that you're going to be watching your favorite movie tonight?
I did not.
We shouldn't spoil the surprise of what we're building.
Definitely shouldn't do that. All right.
Volcrum says, we should spoil. Well, hello, Volcrum. Nice to have you here. So, yesterday we talked with DC and got signed up. And the theme for the Pass It On event is children's movies. And so we're going to build something from Doc's favorite kids show. Kids movie.
And I'll give you a clue. I think we're gonna do that movie.
How about we just tell him the actor?
Yes, that's what I was gonna do.
Perfect.
And who's the actor?
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd. Played Doc in
Well, no. Let's just
played Doc in Back to the Future. I'm not gonna do anything out of Back to the Future.
See, that's the whole thing. He's a kids movie with Christopher Lloyd. They're gonna think Back to the Future.
Yeah. All right, the drum port is filling up. The drum port is filling up. Okay.
Stormfire says, "Be lucky you have pets and are allowed them. Sadly, I live and rent a place where I cannot."
You can't even have. You must live in an apartment.
That is sad.
Yeah.
That is very sad.
I mean, the first apartment I had out of high school, they did not allow anything but cats. So that's kind of where I first got addicted to cats.
Addicted.
Yeah. I had my first cats named Eric and Rebecca. I don't believe in animal names for cats, obviously. Human names for cats. Okay. Well, at least these two have not human names. Okay. What do I name this thing? All right, this is coming from the Rocket Fuel Factory, and I'll just name this number 1 in case we have a second one. And I am going to put a drone on it. drone on
Volker says, gotta be Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
it. That was a movie that really broke the bounds of putting animation with normal characters. That was one of the first movies that did it, and really when that came out, it was really a groundbreaking movie in that respect.
Volker, that was a typo, but.
It went like open bracket slash backslash colon open bracket slash backslash. What in the world is that supposed to be?
You accidentally typed that in chat.
I did. When did I do that?
Yesterday.
Okay. Okay, so I'm ready to go back to. Where are you located right now?
I'm currently in the Mega Factory. I'm playing with trucks.
You're playing with trucks. Oh boy, kids never grow up, do they?
Says the retired old man playing video games. Okay, come on now.
Yeah, says the retired old man who plays video games. And his next video game is going to be Hot Wheels what?
Hot Wheels Unleashed.
Unleashed, yeah. And when I get the studio done, you'll start seeing my Hot Wheels collection. So no, Roger Rabbit is not my favorite kids movie.
Volker says, "Excuse you, professional gamer."
Yeah, exactly.
You're a professional gamer. Nui says, "Ask how many hours does a save have?"
Oh, how do you even see that in on a server game?
That's a great question.
I don't
It
know.
was at 760 last I looked.
Okay.
A couple days ago.
Yeah, we're getting in the 800. But understand, while Garrett isn't here today, he's writing his book, madly writing. Gosh, he's a madman now.
Either that or he's playing Minecraft.
He better be writing or here, one of the two. Okay, so
We have two more guesses. Well, no, Judith says, gotta be Roger Rabbit. And Ice says, how about Addams Family?
Christopher Lloyd did not appear in Addams Family.
Yeah.
And he didn't appear in Roger Rabbit. So the key here is it's a Christopher Lloyd movie.
Doc?
Yes.
He was in Addams Family.
He was?
Yes.
What character did he play in it? Oh, he played Fester, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's right, he played Fester.
Well, that gives you the answer for whether it's Addams Family. It is one of the least known Christopher Lloyd movies. But, again, we don't want to give it away.
So somebody's going to go Google and go to Christopher Lloyd's wiki page, and he's going to go down the list. Until they get there. Oh, okay. I'm done here. I've named the drone port. I've got a drone on it. All that's ready to do is set the other side, and we'll have rocket fuel at the other end. Then we can get the singularity cells from the Mega Factory. And if you're at the Mega Factory playing with trucks, when you get done playing with your trucks, could you set up a drone port for the singularity cells?
Yeah.
And just call it, Singularity Cells Mega Factory or whatever. Give it a name that I can identify. And now I've got to figure out how to get back to there.
Okay.
You can see the Mega Factory from here. You
Giga.
can see our tower. You can see the Mega Factory. The Gigafactory rising up. The Gigafactory is now taller than the Copper Tower.
Good. Now Garrett's still theorizing what he wants for the roof.
What he wants to do for the roof?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's going to go with a flat top. But if he goes with any sort of peaked roof, it's going to get pretty tall.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Flat glass roof, I don't know what he's going to do. So, There are times when I wish I could switch cameras over to Kelly. Kelly is my companion when I stream. She usually is very good about staying in a place where that doesn't hurt things. So she's actually right over here, just below the camera, just here, just below the camera. And she sits there calmly and lays or lays here calmly, out of the way, not on keyboards, not on my mice, not on my gamepad. She just sits here and it's very nice, sweet. So, all right, how am I going to get to where I need to go? Okay. Oh, I think I'm going to go back up here and go to the hypertube. Go down here and go to the hypertube. And that was weird. It went to the entrance and then just stopped there, like with the entrance open, and I wasn't going in for a second there. All right. While I do some hypertube traveling and going, I'm going to go out to the compacted coal factory. It's the closest that we have a hypertube to. Um,
You can get it to work immediately.
okay.
But can you, oh, sorry, I gotta go under here. If I can get it to work in short order,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I can't. Otherwise, I might have to print a holder or a holster for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, one of them's mine.
yes, and one will be on my printer, and then that third one will be for kids.
Okay. Well, we shall see how we can get it.
Lost the camera.
We lost my camera?
You lost the camera.
No signal.
That was likely from like probably touched a cable there.
And so it just says no signal. There it is. It's back, but it's turned.
Well, it's also zoomed out.
Ah, there we go. Yep, there. Looks good.
Yep. I picked up a pack of default security cameras, little wide cams, and intentionally and built an RTMP little app to read it. So that'll be added soon, so we can have a cat cam. Because for some reason the conniving little Egyptian rats are popular with people.
All
Void
right.
Hun is here.
Who's here?
The Void Hun.
All right. Doing good so far.
Oh, and Trumpkin has given two other very good guesses
Oh, who's okay? Where's Trumpkin?
on Twitch.
Okay, on Twitch, Angels in the Outfield.
And Clue. Two movies that Doc watches and has enjoyed. He's seen both multiple times.
Yep. Clue is just funny. Angels in the Outfield. Okay, fine.
You can't give an opinion on them, or else they'll know they're guessing correctly. Unblessed is here saying good evening.
Good evening. Here it's morning, evening, and there, I'm sure it's okay. It's good. Uh-oh. Clipping, 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 clipping.
And Tazda R says, "How are you, good sir? First time tuning in."
Well, glad to have you, first timer. Glad to have you anytime, but you made it the first time.
And Rachel Touchette says hi.
Ooh, hi there too. Got a lot of people checking in today. That's good. Got 34 people on YouTube and 14 on Twitch at the moment.
Cool. And I see that. Is it Dennis the Menace?
Almost.
That's a great guess from Mo.
He was in Dennis the Menace?
It would have been pretty young for that one, right?
Now, so I ended up going right back where I started. Don't understand why. Because I wasn't thinking. I was probably paying more attention to the text. No, it's not Dennis the Menace.
Bless says, "I almost finished the game again. Then I'm thinking of building a new base for nuclear power, and my mind got stuck, and now I'm gonna figure everything out again."
What I don't want the game to end, really. So you're probably, probably not going to see me quit after I send the final phase to the space elevator. I'll probably just continue getting the Gigafactory the way I want it. I went to the wrong place, so I'm going back again. So I'm just playing Hypertube Rally today.
There you go.
Okay. Ah, I love the view over the falls here. See a little bit of it going this way too. As the fog clears. Okay, so it's not packaged fuel and coal power plant. It's the Northern Oil fields that I'm. Iron truck station, port station, turbo fuel. Got to remember to translate the old names. The old names we had for things, even when we've modified even after we've modified. Oh, these things are broken, aren't they, Robert?
Uh-huh.
Oh, great. It's
Where are you
gonna
gonna go?
I'm trying to go to the compacted coal fields so I can get to the.
Yeah, unfortunately.
See, Robert was making these fancy roadways, and they're really really cool, but it goes like this.
And just keep on flying. Keep on flying. Keep on flying. Ah, darn it. If you have your jetpack on, you can keep going really, really fast.
Okay. Question.
Oh, yeah. You can just go right in there. Just don't do the top one.
In the top one? No, the top one turns and goes right.
Yeah, so don't do the top one. You're going to have to put a port. You're going to have to put an entrance on the other one stuff.
Oh, there's no entrance on those anymore? Okay.
And Noesis is heading out. Said it's time for me to go, Doc and Robert. It's 1 a.m. in Sydney.
Okay. So yeah, I would say it's time to go to bed.
Mm-hmm. Well, have a good night, Noesis. Nice. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Volagrim thinks the Doc is secretly farming for ideas of movies.
Farming for ideas?
Uh-huh.
No.
That you don't really have a favorite Christopher Lloyd movie.
Well, you could always You know, doubt me if you want, at your own peril.
And Trumpkin says, playing Minecraft yesterday, I discovered that you can now row under a waterfall, but it pushes your boat underwater and kicks you out. Whoops. I discovered last night that Minecraft runs like to do half an hour rollbacks and undoing all your progress diamond mining. Grow, grow, grow.
Although Robert was looking for, in particular, looking for iron ore because he used up all the iron ore that I had stored in my area. So he was looking for iron ore, and
Yeah, that too.
he related to me that if you find a large area of tuff, a lot of times you find um, a large iron ore vein in the middle of the tuff. And when I, tapped him on the shoulder, asked him what he was doing in the world. Um, he says, it says that we're supposed to get a lot of iron ore in and around Tuff, and he's just mining away and mining away, and he'd already broken one of his diamond picks, and he had to go make another one. And he was just going at it. Then all of a sudden, it breaks loose, and there's this huge iron vein, and he, just keeps mining it. I don't know, how long did you go after I left you?
Oh yeah, I spent 3 hours on that one vein. It was massive.
Wow, that's crazy.
Unfortunately, it was an
But
unenchanted pick, so I wasn't mining super fast. But yeah, Cody Rose, it is pretty choppy. And as Redstone Ninja says, we were on a private server. It's running in house on our local network, so it's going to take a little while. But once we're in an area for a little while, the choppiness goes away.
yeah, when I go hypertubing and change the scenery around me a lot, it hitches a bit.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay, Isonet has a paragraph of instructions for killing Doc today.
Oh, really? Another? Okay. Is Icy Knight the only one that wants to kill me? Does anybody else want to kill me? I mean, do we need to just, you know, maybe not have Icy Knight in the game quite so much?
It looks like Icy Knight wants you to play Frogger
What?
with factory cards that have explosives on them.
Okay, so what am I jumping over or through?
The factory carts will be going back and forth down a hallway, and you have to get through while dodging the factory carts.
Okay, I think.
That actually sounds like fun.
Wow, it's really struggling to. I've been hypertubing too long. It's really, really struggling. Well, I'm getting a frame every half second or so. It's crazy. Instead of 60 frames per second, I'm getting a frame. 2 or 3 or 5. It's crazy.
I see that will be fun. It's going to take me a while to get that set up, and I have to prioritize getting the factory running first, so it's going to be a little bit. So Valiant's TV says, "Morning all. I have a question about drones. How much can they hold for transport?"
9 stacks is what they hold. But what you do is you put a drone port at both sides, and if you watch my one tip on what I called it, high capacity drones or high volume drones, I can't remember what we called it exactly.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch that video, once you get an item that allows you to carry more than stacks of 100, in other words, 200 stacks and so forth, you can usually, depending on how far you need to go, um, get enough volume to at least equal a Mark V conveyor. So watch that video, 9 stacks, and just, you know, thrown away.
For some crazy reason, oh boy. First off, we're out of turbo fuel in the depot.
Really? Glad I have some turbo fuel on me.
Sorry, rocket fuel.
Yeah, rocket
Second,
fuel.
I'm still finding trucks that have the old turbo fuel that I'm having to get out.
Really? Wow, this conversion has taken a long time.
I just don't know where they're still getting it because there's a lot of it.
Where they're still getting it from?
Yeah.
Well, the Gigafactory is off in the distance. I am now within distance to actually see it.
Trumpkin says it's a black market for turbo fuel. Yeah. Those people who are absolutely certain that rocket fuel is a scam and it's too dangerous, it's just going to blow up on everybody. Okay, so
We
Valia says...
definitely need those singularity cells. This getting back has been hard.
Valia says, sounds good. Problem I have, though, is I have 20 belts of 1200 that need to be transported. Think about the best way to do it.
Train.
Yeah. Either train or just belts.
Yep, train or just belts.
Yeah. As much as I love drones.
Drones just don't have that much capacity, no. So basically, we're taking the tack that the trains are going to bring in our more high capacity items, and we'll have multiple trains on the same line with 6 cars at least on each train, and then for our low capacity stuff, we'll go ahead and use drones, and that's really what we're setting up now. Is we've got a few low capacity items like the singularity cells. To get us our what do you call it? To get us our portals up and running. So that's the whole point there.
And Lennox Bro says, good afternoon, Doc.
Do you? All right, I have made it back to the drone port. So our low capacity items we'll bring here to this drone port that we have on the side. And right now the fences around here are more meant for us to learn how to drive the truck through. Once we drive the truck through, we'll deconstruct the fences. Hopefully the fences will have helped us to drive the truck gently to where it needs to go and prevent accidents from happening as much. Alrighty. We are ready. Interact with the drone ports.
There we go. I found one truck station that hadn't been swapped over properly.
Really?
Yeah, I just missed it, and so it was sitting there giving out the wrong kind of fuel. Okay.
Well, there's plenty of packaged rocket fuel in the depot now.
Yes, there is.
And let's
Yeah,
go.
Valius, going for drones for that quantity just doesn't work, unfortunately. I wish it did. And the Void Hun says, Doc, if I have 3,200 heavy oil residue, should I make turbo fuel or what? And turbo fuel or fuel? And how should I make them?
Okay. It all depends on what you need, what your need is. I would make turbo fuel if it's just going straight to power generation. Um, if you can do that, because you'll get a lot more power out of your generators. Um, or if you just can't bring in the extra component, I can't remember exactly what we add to regular fuel to make turbo. Um, I'd have to look it up real quick, but if you don't have that resource around close by, just send the fuel straight to a power plant. But I would check on the option to make turbo fuel, and if it's possible, I'd make that over the other. Drone port 92, Robert. So much for that 50 drone limits.
Oh boy. I'm so scared of it.
Okay.
Compacted coal, that's what you add to it. Yeah, that's right. Hey, Oscar Fry. Good to see you again. He says, good morning, Doc. I found a new game you should play for your fans. It's a factory manufacturing type of game with very fun, complex in-person selling mechanic. The game is Schedule 1.
Schedule 1. Okay.
Write that down. By the way, Oscar, we did see it popped up in the news about an earthquake yesterday. Um, I actually lived in Ramona for a couple of months. That's probably fairly close to. I'm sure they felt it over Ramona as well. Fairly close to where you were, if it's the same earthquake. But glad to have you back again today.
Okay. All right. It is set up. And
Yeah, I see that. No. So, Doc, the joke that Oscar's making is that Schedule 1 is a game about making drugs.
oh,
Yeah.
Schedule 1 drugs. Okay, got it.
Yeah. But it's the latest big hot game on Steam, so you know.
Interesting. So Steam is gonna turn people into druggies, huh?
Nah. I'm sorry, Oscar. It's my job to protect my father.
Okay. Serve and protect, right?
There you go. Hey, Farm Sim Freak. It's been a little bit. Good to see you. He says Schedule 1 is a drug dealing and creating game that caused so much controversy that another game called Drug Dealer Simulator sued them for false copyright claims, leading to the downfall of Drug Dealer Simulator. Yeah, I saw that whole thing. And the drug dealer simulator drops the suit and says, I'm sorry, please stop. No, 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 we're fine. And it didn't stop people.
Interesting. All right, we got our first load of rocket fuel, and it is now unloading, and we're good to go. The only thing that I think I want to do.
Look, Icy Knight. He says, I'm not doing a very good job of protecting you here in Satisfactory. Nobody else is allowed to kill Doc but me. Okay, that's the rules. I'm here protecting him to make sure that nobody else can kill him but me. That's the rule.
Okay. How do I bring them together into 6 pipes that have 600 heavy oil fuel? The Void Hunt has got an interesting question.
I don't quite understand where, if you have 6 pipes that say have 600 each, that means you have 3,600 at a time.
The Great Artist just subscribed.
Hey.
He's subscribed for 4 months so far. That's way cool. That is way cool.
Yeah. Says, so glad you joined Twitch. I can't wait for you to meet more people in the Satisfactory community.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Yeah,
slowly rising. We're at 640 followers at this point. So yeah, we're working on the.
And Caffeinated is rating with a pop party of 4. Looks like he just finished streaming.
Oh, well, cool.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, Hypertrain incoming. Follower goal met at 640.
And Caffeinated just subscribed as well.
Limited time to earn exclusive emotes. Okay. Hype Train started at level 1. Okay.
Well, yeah, we had a good talk with DC last night, and gonna have some fun with the Pass It On challenge.
Yeah.
We don't know when we'll know when our time slot is for that in about a week or so, and we'll let everybody know when we're going to be participating in that. But that'll be a lot of fun. Oh, the Great Artist is the one who got Volochrome to ask us to link together with DC. Well, cool.
And we did. So.
Yep, Great Artist says, OMG, so you guys registered?
Yep, we registered. Yep. We told them our time slot availability, and probably because most of the creators are probably more European than US. If that's the case, then we're doing their nighttime slots. So hopefully that will work really well.
All good, Caffeinated. Oh, cool. Caffeinated says, sorry I'm late to the stream. I had to get some work done on my shop before you guys play Minecraft tomorrow.
Okay.
So I think that Caffeinated has set up a shop on Minecraft.
Fantastic. Fantastic. We'll have to remember to go take a look at it.
Yep.
Okay, 641 followers in Twitch.
Awesome. Oscar says, Robert, why are you trying to protect your dad? I mean, he can protect himself since he clearly worked for the Boeing HR department. HR standing for human removal. Look. Yesterday we discovered that that Doc in the future, or either that or moonlights or has a long lost cousin that's a popular YouTube woodworker. So I mean, you can't have too many professions.
All right. Go ahead. Put it.
Okay, seeing a bit caffeinated. We'll take a bit of a break. Okay, Doc, I think I have things running again.
Okay.
There were some real struggles making sure that there was enough canisters getting to the nitrogen plant in order for it to make the nitrogen.
Okay.
So. Okay, Oscar.
Okay, so why is this having a hard time connecting? So it's going the wrong way. Okay, no, it's not going the wrong way. Okay.
Okay, Void Hun. I see what you're saying. It's okay. You have 8 pipes at 400 in them. You're trying to get a 6 pipe. 55661 is not full.
Alrighty, I'm back.
Okay, so here's what you gotta do, Void Hunt. First off, your 8 pipes, they go into 6 pipes. You're gonna split that into 2 parts. You're gonna have 4 pipes merging into 3 pipes, right? 4 into 3. I'd have to share a diagram with you. And this is of heavy oil residue. Unfortunately, I don't think I can verbally explain it. I don't know it quite well enough to be able to say it out loud. Have you read through what's it called?
Okay, Shano is with us today. With his kitty cat ears. Alright, time for singularity cells. Are you, what's your progress out there about that? You got the trucks all straightened out now and you ready to lay that drone port down with singularity cells coming?
Almost.
Okay.
I need to bring over one more batch of empty containers to make sure things
don't continue to be faulty?
Yeah.
Okay.
And your man just subscribed with Prime.
Fantastic. Alrighty. Appreciate those Prime members coming along.
Hey Doc, Oscar actually had a really great idea, but he sent it in private, so I'm gonna have to tell you after the stream. But I do have to admit publicly that Oscar had a good idea.
Uh-oh. Okay. I'm ready to go inside and create a truck stop side. So the trucks come in here.
Okay, so to
Trucks
answer
come
the
in
Void
here.
Huns question, I unfortunately I'm just going to link you the wiki. But the big thing you want to do when you get to the wiki there is you want to scroll down, and there's a See Also section that gives you the Fix It Plumbing Manual, Guide to Pipelines. That will give you will show you how to build what you need. It tells you how to build a structure that fills one pipe and leaves the other one partial. Okay. And now Gums is raiding with a party of 6 people.
All right. Those early morning, early morning folks, huh? Started before us.
Welcome,
That's pretty
guys.
cool.
And somebody asked if we had a Discord. We do have a Discord.
Yes, definitely have a very vibrant crowd on Discord. We got over 2,000. Oh, we're approaching 3,000 members on Discord, aren't we?
Let
By
me
now?
check real quick. No, about 2,500.
Okay,
We
25.
kind of stabilized after a bit. But yeah, good number of people there, good number of conversations.
Good.
A lot of fun.
Yes, a lot. Good things going on there.
And Gum says, hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, actually, right now. We're just setting down my first truck station here because the first truck station is going to be bringing in singularity cells in particular, because that is a need for our portals to keep them active. And we're making them at the mega factory right now. Haven't transferred that production over here yet, but will shortly. And foundations, and I want the quarter round foundation here. There we go.
The overflow valve is a part of it, yes. Void Hunt. But it requires setting pipes vertically stacked properly so it prioritizes things correctly. So. And a bug. No, we answered that one. Okay. And Volocom asks, do you need me to teach you all fluid dynamics?
um, does the game actually follow the rules of fluid dynamics?
Kinda?
Kinda, sorta, but not really.
Yeah, kinda. Hey, Megalith. Good to see you. Not at the moment, Volocom. Although, we do have some more complex fluid dynamic stuff on our list of tutorials to make. We just haven't got to it yet. But I have to read through the plumbing manual again and get myself reacquainted because we haven't actually had to use it in the game yet. So. And until we actually use something in the game, it's easy to forget what you studied.
Exactly. That's why it's a whole lot easier to learn programming when you're doing programming. So.
Okay, Doc, is there something specific you need me to help? Oh yeah, you need me to build that drone.
Huh?
That's
We need
right.
these truck stations to also have fuel, which means I've got to get a rocket fuel line to each one of the truck stations as well. And I just now remembered that.
But you could do those at the externally, right?
What do you mean by externally?
As in, you don't need to feed both truck lines. You can feed just the truck line on the landing pad.
Exactly, and that's where I'm going to do it. I just forgotten that they needed to be fueled. So,
Yeah, Pelican, we probably will. Thank you. Oh, great artist says the warehouse floor is looking good.
cool. Yeah, definitely starting to serve a purpose.
Why are they running out of fuel all the time? I don't understand.
What's running out of fuel? The trucks?
Yeah, I'm not sure why, but it's a fairly consistent thing that they just. Oh, I know why. That's an easy fix.
Okay. Um, First time chat for Jangalina. Jangalina? Okay. Maybe you can try 400 times 3 pipes before head lift and 600 times 2 pipes afterwards. So you get 1200, 1200.
Hmm.
That's an idea.
Volcom says you can still soon call Doc Bezos with how many drones he has flying around.
Is Bezos the drone man?
Yeah. Amazon's
Is
been
he still doing
trying
the
to get
drones?
drone delivery for a very long time.
Yeah. He's got to get a federal government that's willing to let him just actually experiment with it.
Yeah, and you got to get drones that are energy efficient enough to bring packages to people, and there's just so many roadblocks to making that a functioning technology.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised that it's happening.
Surprised that it's happening?
Yeah, like let's say you're going to do a residential delivery. Okay.
Okay.
In order to do a good safe residential delivery, you have to have a landing pad. You have to have some way to you have to have a way that the drone can be assured that when it lands, it's not going to ever hurt anybody, and it can't just be a most of the time. It has to be a never hurt somebody. You'd be that sure of it. And you have to do that on a residential scale, where every single place where you deliver is that safe. How is that going to happen? And so once you get past the safety factor, well, now we've gone past the safety factor, then we have to get to um, now, now we have to get to the fact that most of our packages are too heavy to be delivered by drone, or the drone only has enough range to do a certain number of the packages. Like they're just should we get bigger drones? Well, bigger drones are heavier and crash more, and or maybe not crash more, but have bigger consequences when you crash. It just
Well, and they become more expensive.
and they're a lot more expensive and take more energy to fly, and therefore have a shorter range. And I'm struggling to see the economy of drones delivering. But he's been pushing it for at least 10 years now, or exploring it for 10 years or so. Malario redeemed posture check.
All right. Yeah, I tend to crouch. At least you've got don't have my head being chopped off now. Nice. Got the camera positioned a little bit better.
And Trumpkin says, yeah, not to mention trees and pets and wild animals. So many variables to consider for variables.
The AI involved with just getting it set up is pretty incredible.
Oh, hey Doc, Megalith is giving you a snack. Redeemed Butterfinger for you.
Well, good, good, good. At least I didn't have to open the whole package, right? Okay, I put a blueprinter just outside the door near our drone ports. Okay, because I needed it. Well,
one way that Amazon can offload some of that work is to require the person receiving the drone deliveries to set up some sort of tech on their end and scan the area and use their app with your phone to scan the area to make sure the whole area is clear, and require the person to go through the process of self-certifying using their app, something like that, to make sure the area is safe. Offload some of that work so it says, no, I'm sorry, you need to clear out your trees before we deliver.
okay. It was confirmed that they are not suing them. Not quite sure what that conversation is.
Yeah, there was some legal beef between Schedule 1 and another illegal drug simulator game.
Oh, that one. Okay, that conversation.
Yeah, there was some legal beef there, and I kind of heard whispers. I'm not too interested in the story, but that, yeah, it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. But the problem is that once people get upset that, oh my gosh, company's being bad and suing somebody, the news that, oh no, they actually didn't do something bad travels a lot slower. And
absolutely.
And then there's just the fog of, do they actually not do something bad, or are they just hiring a lawyer to pretend like they didn't do something bad to try to get the good PR?
Yeah. All right, let's build something. Okay. I've got an island that I'm creating to go between the internal ones.
And make sure you stretch too. Avoid unredeemed that.
Okay. Is our little cap cam working? It isn't yet, is it?
No, it's not. I can work on that, but I'm behind by 2 tasks. I have to get drones set up, and I have to set up a killing chamber. That I can work on cat cam.
You can suspend the killing chamber thing.
Oh no, definitely not. One of our viewers spent their hard-earned points.
How many ways can Doc die? Is that the theme here? How many ways can Doc die?
Volocrum, interesting comment. He says the solution that Bezos proposed was zeppelins, either mini zeppelins or cargo zeppelins, but even a large but small enough zeppelin that could transport a lightweight transport container. You probably set up Amazon Zeppelin supplied PO boxes. Huh. That sounds cool.
Well, the technology is going to get there. Someone's going to figure it out. It's a problem that the people are attacking, and somebody's going to figure it out. So it's just a matter of time, just like it was with DNA, and it was with.
Okay, Doc, where are you making the singularity cells? Near the roof?
I'm not sure.
Oh no. Yeah, Volker, that might have to start being the rule.
I think it's on one of the upper floors, and it might be on the new annex side.
Okay.
It's one of the newer items that we made.
Okay, doke. I'll start looking. We got a technical question from a bug when you're ready for it.
Okay, let's go for it.
When designing a hub or a main base, is the idea to have all raw resources refined prior to arrival an effective method of organization?
Yes. What I would, what we have done, the tact we've always done, is to make sure that we refined it from raw product to ingots, um, or whatever first level it gets to. So, um, getting it to that first level usually gets rid of a lot of quantity. Usually, you can refine. Now, iron ore is an exception. It goes one iron ore to one ingot. Um, but a lot of times it'll be refining like four into one, and you can transport a lot less items if you just put the refineries right with where you're mining it. Bauxite is definitely an exception because bauxite goes in. The only use for bauxite is aluminum. You just have to transport the bauxite where you're making the aluminum. But the idea is to um, try to get the get it refined so you're not having to transport so much stuff. It's kind of the benchmark that I follow. Obviously, they don't want to do walls and barriers here, and other is just emotes and stuff, parts, and it's not in buildings.
What?
Yeah. Oh, there's your foundations are in the buildings. Okay. See if they've got
At the
other
top,
stuff.
you can search. There's a wall.
Yeah. I'm looking for something very specific.
Okay.
I'm looking for the barriers. Are they called barriers? Yeah, there it is. Bingo. That's the picture I want. Okay. Set the directory. I'm gonna put this in the Gigafactory folder.
You know, Doc, we gave up on the mega base so badly that the top of it has just been destroyed.
Yep.
You know, it's a mess.
Yep, it is.
And I'm definitely partially to blame here.
Well, and I'm definitely to blame also because I made a mess of making those making the power shards up there, and deliberately I just didn't care anymore.
Yeah. The truth is that when you're still learning the game, there's only a certain level of complexity you can have in your head, and after that, you just gotta just start building stuff, and then start a new world, you do a little better.
Okay. Yep, start a new world, do better than the last world, and then on and on it goes. Half, and then one, and then two. Half, one, and two. So it's going to go there. Blueprints, Gigafactory, barrier, in that direction, and it's going to go there. Yep.
Okay, well, Megalith says that Samsung finally made a statement that the issue's fixed that he talked about yesterday
Yeah, the AI part.
with the UI 7 and the big bugs that were released and overheating and stuff. Okay, well, cool.
All right. Transport. Put a new truck station here.
Nathan brings up a good point when it comes to refining off-site and bringing the finished item. He says it gets tricky when you have alternate recipes that give you better yields, in which case setting the raw materials might be the move.
It's true.
Yep.
That's why it's hard to answer the question just with one answer. Very hard. So,
All we can give is general guiding principles.
general guiding principles. That, isn't that important sounding? I mean, that's really important sounding.
Okay, fine. Okay, so what should I call this drone port other than drone port 92? Yet
Please don't call
another
it Drone Port
rocket
92.
fuel port. 75A. That work?
What?
I'm calling it yet another rocket fuel port 75A. Oh, it's not rocket fuel that you want. You want singularity cells.
Singularity cells, yes.
Okay. Fine, I guess you can call it that.
Singularity cells 1. It's called Singularity cells 1.
But mine is 1A, yours will be 1B.
I can't even named it, so yes. Singularity cells 1A, 1B. That'd be great. Yours is B, mine is A, or what? Or vice versa?
No, mine's A. Destination is always B.
Okay. Very good. Oh dear.
And who's MYK says, "What's up, my dude?"
What's up? We're trying to build the truck station inside the Gigafactory to receive the products from outside the Gigafactory. And at this point, I'm just working on configuring it properly. Looks like I can get 3 along this way. I'll have the exit corridor coming out this way, and I'll have the entrance coming from here into these, and the truck is going to have to drive around this pillar and go to the over here. So I'm going to have to make a roadway looking thing back here to go into the truck stations this way. So I'm just now getting to the point of configuring the second row of 3 truck stations in here. And I want to make sure I get the right number, because one of the truck ports down there, of course, one of the drone ports down here is we've got a drone waiting, and we have a drone here, and it is full and can't unload.
Right. But that's fine, because
yeah, when we get these others going, it'll clear itself. Okay, so how many drone ports did we make? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 drone ports. Okay, that means I need to possibly rethink what I'm doing in here. Because this gets three stations. They can turn in here and go to these 3. I can move them right to the edge here instead of moving them back. But I can still only get 9 if I have 3 rows of 3. Ideally, 2 rows of 5 would be better.
Megala says, cat. Did cat make an appearance?
Not quite. No.
Megalith, I think you arrived afterwards, but we did. I have uncovered the camera that will become the cat cam, so that will be coming.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, all you weird people who like cats will be able to enjoy your weird cats.
Oh gosh, I'm kind of stuck here, trying to figure out how to. No.
Well, Doc, if you're stuck, I know exactly what can unstuck you.
You know exactly what can unstick me?
Yeah, a killing chamber.
Oh dear, you've already got that figured out.
I wish. No, I just finished up setting up the drone. So as soon as you get the drone configured, it will begin delivering. Okay.
Sounds good.
Oh, I guess we need to get a Callie and a Mittens emote, right?
Yeah.
We'll make a Callie and a Mittens emote.
You know, the camera does not do this cat justice. The cat wants to build too. Right now she's just purring on my chest. Okay, I've got to figure out how to put 10 truck stations in here and have enough space that the trucks don't constantly have problems. So I am really thinking that I need to I just need to extend over that direction 2 more truck stations.
Well, so you have the same distance as what you had outside, except now in here you don't need drone ports.
Right.
So what's taking up the space that you're struggling with?
Well, I did make these barriers that take up a full thing. I could put it just to barriers rather than the rounded things too.
Okay. I like those being there. Those are helpful.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But they're taking up a full one. But that's not, even taking these 2 out isn't going to give me enough room to put yet another truck station with the 2.5 space that we have
Wait,
here.
where are you putting this?
It's just inside the door.
Oh, so they come in the door and you're having them turn right instead of turn left?
Yeah.
I assumed that you're going to use up the space, basically
That over
A2
here?
through A5. Yeah, like that whole span.
We could do that. And I could basically put them in the center and have an entrance here, and then yeah, I could do that.
And that would give you all the space you need. I don't think we don't have anything else that needs to go in this area.
Okay. All right. Then I will put them in a row going towards the lesser numbered part of the factory. And okay, very good. Obviously, there's going to end up being a roadway in the middle here,
Okay.
and possibly a roadway to the side here so that they can go in sideways and then exit that way to go to the other end over here where we plan to have them go out.
Okay. If it's not quite enough room for that, the exit can also be in the area between the pillars, right?
Right. Yeah, and that's the ideal part, is that I wanted to, but the truck stations just aren't that wide. You know?
Yeah, the truck stations aren't that big, but I like spreading them out. You know, I don't want to have issues with it. But,
Yeah, I want them spread out too. Because no matter how well we do this and how well we spread them out, they're still going to end up with trucks running into each other. No matter what we do. So.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Megalith official says I somehow corrupted Minecraft.
Megalith, oddly enough, this morning Minecraft had to re-download and then failed twice on me this morning as well. So if that's what you're experiencing, then I think it's a bug on their end.
I'm sorry. That hurt.
And Noah Hankel asked, how many hours do you have put in the save?
Didn't you say we're in the 800 range now?
760 some odd, but you can actually, I just double checked. If you hit escape and go to server manager, it will show you.
Oh, okay. So go to server manager and click on here. It tells me 768 game duration at this point.
There you go.
And currently Robert and I are playing, so a lot of times it's Robert and or Garrett and myself all playing at once. So
yep.
It's a lot of hours. All right, I'm going to start laying these out this direction. I'm going to have to I'm going to reconfigure lines here to make roadways for entrance into it and roadways for exit out from it.
I can't put a singularity cell in the satellite portal. Would you mind?
No, you can't.
Would you mind opening up the portal to the Mega Factory for me?
Yes, because I'm at the Gigafactory. I will do that for you. Yes.
I appreciate it. That's what we're trying to fix right now, right?
Right. That's what we're trying to fix, so that we always have portals ready to go here and there and everywhere. So increase the amount of time. And frankly, we probably need a portal going hub out instead of the conveyor, instead of all these. All right. And we have the sign, Mega Meaty Bacon Man. We need to say contributed by.
Okay.
Created by, or created by. Because that's not Mega Meaty Bacon Man. That's Doc.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're coming from the Mega Factory, so I need to singularity cell the Mega Factory.
No, Archon Asriel, I didn't forget my keys. The door just ran out of juice, okay?
Come on, give me a sign.
That one's just not used yet.
That one's not used yet?
Yep.
So where's the Gigafactory? I thought it was the first one here. There's the Megafactory. All right. E. Singularity cell time. Boom. It says it's heating up.
Excellent. Yep, and I see it animating on my end as well.
Yep.
Immediately. Cool.
All righty. I'm going to go back to A6 and I'm going to madly start building building the truck stops.
Okie doke.
Now, I do appreciate the fact that Garrett has pretty much the first floor all set up with us being able to go back and forth from the hub to the from the hub to the first floor at least.
Yeah. You know the bridge pieces that Garrett built there?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to emulate that architecture to build a superstructure around the outside drone bay, so it feels the same way as those as the bridge does.
Okay.
So. Oh, how about we just got a raid from Coffee Stain Studios
Fantastic.
with a party of 691,
Okay.
and everybody's saying, "Have you tried controller, mate?"
Whoa.
Hello, Raiders.
Hello, Raiders. Appreciate you coming. I'm building truck stations right now.
Nice to have y'all here.
The Coffee Stain was online today and we missed it.
Yeah.
Gonna have to go review their. Hopefully they allow.
Oh, watching the VOD?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Matthias says they missed the kitty. Yeah. Cat's over there sleeping again.
Yep. Cat's sleeping again. Oh well, that's.
Oh, weekly
not
Tuesday
so
dev
good.
stream. That's right. Very cool. Good. And the portal's back up. Thank you, Doc. I can come home.
Yes, you may now come home.
I appreciate that. I'm not banished forever.
Okay. Sideline.
And BL Andrew says, "Love your videos, Doc. Always great tips and tricks there." Today we're getting concentration, Doc.
Yeah, I'm concentrating. Sorry. Thank you. Appreciate the comments. A lot of folks. That is way cool to see all of you here. So right now what's going on here is we literally have out here our drone setup that we're going to bring in products that are low quantity products, and the focus we're doing on it today is to bring singularity cells in. This drone that doesn't have a truck station is bringing in rocket fuel from our rocket fuel plant, and it is servicing and putting all of the rocket fuel in, and we've got one drone waiting, and because the rocket fuel is full, because these are relatively unused at this point. The singularity cell drone has been built on the other side, so I could set up this drone station with the singularity cells, and it'll go straight into the truck station, and then we could set that up pretty soon. But I've got to get the receiving end set up first, and that's what I'm working on, is the receiving part of the drone port. So receiving part of the truck stations. So.
Doc?
Yeah.
I just went back to my office.
And did Garrett do something with your office?
Yes.
Oh no, what did he do?
Well, let me switch to my view and I'll show you.
Okay.
So, yes, this is my office. Garrett turned it into customer complaints office. This is what he did a couple weeks ago, right? With all my morale boosting posters. Only you can prevent inefficiencies, right? All of our favorites, right? But anyway, my actual office is behind here because, of course, new sign says that my office is out of service. So I imagine Of course, it's all bricked up. The question is, how badly bricked up is it? What Garrett didn't realize yesterday, or the last time we played, is that I only use blueprints, which means clearing up. Jeez. It never stops. Dog. We need to have a talk.
Try dismantle mode blueprint. See if he did blueprints too.
Let's see.
No.
No blueprints. He just put in the time to build everything. And oh my gosh. So yeah. Okay.
So this is your actual office over here?
Yeah, this is my office right here. And it's just full of blocks. Great.
Well, it looks like you're getting through it. Yeah, so be careful.
Oh, that's oh, I dismantled the floor in accident. No, I can't rebuild it because there's stuff in the way. That's oh my. That's a bit ominous. Oh.
Beam connectors?
Yeah, it's no, still not blueprints. Okay. No.
And more beams?
It's just gonna go on forever.
So, Garrett is wasting his time doing this kind of stuff.
Okay.
That's your office, finally.
Okay.
Now, is that a glass floor still?
Yeah, still
okay,
my glass.
Still
okay,
have the floor.
Well, I have a ways to go to get all this cleaned up, but.
Oh my heaven's sakes!
Okay. Well, yeah. Frankly, Frank says at this point, just make a new office.
Yeah.
He says your office is strangely reminiscent of a padded cell. Is that a coincidence?
No, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not.
Okay,
that's the way Garrett thinks.
I'm gonna go fix things.
You're gonna go fix things. Okay.
Volcrum says Garrett could have finished his book when you take into account the free time this took.
That's true too.
Ridiculous.
Very. Yep. But that's Garrett.
Uh-huh.
But that is Garrett, so. Garrett does a lot to play pranks on people. And so.
Z-Count says, too bad the nuke novelists don't remove buildings. You know, it might just be faster just to nuke it all and come back. If they did.
Okay, and I'm gonna.
So for those of you who are Raiders, did they spill the beans on when the release date is today?
Nope. Darn.
I didn't think they would, but
No spilling the bean. No beans to spill. Okay,
Wade
there's
is professional for that, I'm sure.
Okay, so the idea here, Robert, is that this will be the entrance. We'll make them make a left turn here. Or either that or the entrance is going to be out here. I don't know which. I'll figure that. I've got to figure that out, don't I?
Okay.
Would it be better to have them travel a distance, come in here, and then exit out over here and travel along the wall?
I don't think it really matters which side is the entrance versus exit.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's up to you.
Yeah, let me start laying these out.
Matthias says we do know that there are unannounced features coming in 1.1 though.
Oh, so
Cool. I mean,
there are more features than are in the current experimental 1.1.
I am
That's cool.
already really happy with the quantity of new things. The fact the latest trailer that they put out, adding in more new things than what they had from their announcement trailer, blew me away, and I'm already excited about it.
Yeah, no kidding. Already very much excited about the possibilities.
The fact that we made Doc made a prediction video listing out all the things he wanted, and Garrett and I both contributed a bunch of things that we wanted to that list, and the fact that they knocked out nearly half of our list of everything we wanted was
That was way
incredible.
that was way cool. Yes. It's not that they're particularly listening to certain users, because I'm sure they had a lot of that already, you know, baked in that they were thinking of anyway. Um, but they do listen when people contribute, and maybe other people had contributed a lot of that before us, but I was excited to see that as well.
I hope you guys aren't hearing too much noise in the background. Unfortunately, we have some yard work going on outside. Oh, Gary, you are so obnoxious.
Here it is still.
Oh,
Okay, we've got 3 gifted subs. Um, so Alter Echoes, Jerusalem 1, Johnsalem 1, and Empavator all got subscriptions to the channel. Now, subscriptions, Robert, why
uh-huh.
don't you tell them what subscriptions do in our channel?
Yeah. What's a lot of fun is we play Satisfactory. We also play a little bit of Minecraft. And one of the cool, well, okay, no. First, we'll say this: if you join our Discord and you are a member on YouTube, or if you are subscribed on Twitch, you get to come to our Friday members only stream. We do those members only streams on Discord, and we use that time to record the weekly episodes. So if you want to come to those weekly episodes and you just received a gift sub, or you have subscribed today, let me link to you guys our Discord, and you can come hang out with us where we spend about 4 hours or so recording an episode and just hanging out and having fun. In addition, we just started a Minecraft server just this last week because Doc is now making some Minecraft videos as well, and we do that on a members only server. So if you want to come and play with us and just chill doing some Minecraft. Doc is very new to the game, and so he's taking it slow and just learning little bits. It's not a super fast progression server. It's just us hanging out, having some fun.
Uh-huh.
We'd love to have you around.
And we have a lot of other newbies. Actually, at least 2 other people brand new to Minecraft that
Yeah.
just wanted to hang out and play. So they bought Minecraft, and they're playing. So it's cool too.
Yeah, you will need to, when you get into Discord, you will need to make sure that your Twitch or YouTube account is synced with Discord, and that will automatically give you all the permissions you need. Yes, it is vanilla Minecraft, and currently we're doing it on Minecraft Realms. Although, if we find that this is something we want to continue long term, we will absolutely find a server and upgrade it and
Definitely.
improve our
If
experience.
this is going to keep working out, we'll take it off of Realms and get a server that can handle more people. And because we're just having fun, just flat having fun. And some people have fun and get carried away, and they're on the server almost 24 hours a day, it seems. So somebody's hanging out there, even when I'm not.
See, them
Especially
currently
when he's
still
not.
dismantling.
You're still dismantling his nonsense.
By the way, you want to know where all your lag is?
It's because you're deconstructing constantly.
Or the fact that for some reason he decided to spam Street lights. Why street lights?
Zoop mode.
Oh, jeez.
DC went, and we're back, he says.
Oh,
DC was
no.
there with us.
Yeah, the stream did pause there for a second. That's we're out in the country, therefore we have satellite internet. Good to see you guys back.
Yeah, because the number, it says we're 40 seconds into it, and it says we have no viewers, which
Yeah.
is not a good thing when we end up with, not a good thing when we have just been rated
Yeah.
by 600 plus people. But I know people are viewing because 300 gone. Oh no. Okay. All right. Well, it was good while it lasted. I hope they find their way back, because I'm still showing 0 viewers on oh, there's 112, and then
Yeah.
back down to 57. I think it's still figuring it out.
It's still figuring stuff out, but
Okay. Truck station time. Keep on track, Rick. Keep on track.
so the first thing we're bringing over the truck station is singularity cells. Do you know of other specific things we're going to bring over at this point, or are we? I guess we need to probably bring over all the Are we going to bring the nitrogen over with drones, or is that something we're going to bust in, or we're going to train in? I think
Nitrogen. I'm not sure. I don't think we. Which is being stinky. Blue construction pylon says, which is being stinky. Okay. Well, we retained 57 viewers out of the total. I'm really sad to see that.
Well, happy for all you guys who are sticking around and enjoying the show. And if you are, don't forget to follow Doc before you head out.
Yeah.
Well, I could see all of my walls again.
Oh, well, good.
I mean, still a ways to go, but you know, I think Garrett said he spent about 2 hours working on this.
Why?
Because Garrett is a petty, petty man.
Eddie?
Yes.
Okay.
See, Garrett wasn't mad that I filled his area with stuff. He was mad when I told him afterwards, by the way, it was all blueprints and he could just get rid of it in about 2 minutes. That's when he was upset.
But you didn't tell him that they were blueprints.
I didn't tell him until after the stream because I didn't want to spoil it, on stream that I just used blueprints and he could easily take care of it. I didn't want to spoil it.
You are terrible. See, you both are terrible to each other.
Obviously, he's way outdoing anything I've ever done. I'm not nearly as bad.
Oh, really?
Obviously. Matthias asks, what other games has Doc tried so far in his stretching his horizons efforts?
Oh, okay. Well, what have I tried?
Factorio?
I tried Factorio for a while. Didn't really take to that one too much. Just too much two-dimensional. And I like the beauty of this game. That they've taken time with the graphics, and that's what I really liked about it. And so I didn't really take to that game, although I played it. I played others. I played a lot of mobile games.
And RimWorld.
Right. Right, RimWorld. Yeah, we just had a mower go by outside. So. Yeah, Mama Doc is outside on the tractor, on the mower, and she's cleaning up some of the acreage that we have. So some of the acreage that we have is just out there to clear. Because what we did is we bought a 10-acre plot, and the 10 acres were basically all woods, and so literally we're clearing it so that we can enjoy more of our own space that we can't currently enjoy because it's all wooded.
And it's all untended woods too.
That too. That also. It's very wild, wooded area.
There's about an acre of it on one side of the property. My inventory is now completely full.
I'll bet it is.
There's one side of the property, about an acre of it or so, that's separate from the rest, and that side is. We've done a fairly good job of cleaning that out, and that side's actually looking pretty nice. We can actually run a mower through there among the trees, and that's going to be a really, really nice space.
Yep, and that's the part that Mama Doc's focusing on at this point.
Yeah.
Clearing out the dead trees, trying to get it to where it's, where it's, livable, habitable, enjoyable. So, and so we continue. And of course, she recruits Garrett and Robert to help with that because they live on the property in a different house. They live on the same property, but in a different house. First time chat, Jamin. I got class. I'll be back later. Okay, very good. A lot of people that have class. And of course, I teach at the university. So,
Are you trying to say we have a very classy audience?
absolutely. That would be truth. Okay. Yes.
Matthias asks, what course or subject do you teach?
I teach blockchain and cryptocurrencies. And I have taught database design, I've taught marketing, I've taught various other subjects as well.
A bunch of Microsoft tech stuff too.
Yeah. Database design in particular. So, yeah. Teach that.
In fact, that's how Doc got his debut as a content creator. A tech channel for a number of years.
Mm-hmm. And
published a lot of videos there.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos out there. 200 and some we did on that channel, didn't we, Robert?
Yep. And that's
really me without a mustache, with a little less gray hair, and it was done during the pandemic, which basically during COVID, when the school needed to get their courses online, so I helped them develop 5 different courses and put them online, and then I taught several of them, of course, which is the way they usually do things. Okay. And so, okay, blueprint.
Baldy, this is live, yes.
Yeah, we're online.
Yep. And Matthias says, wow, that's a pretty varied teaching history. I'm pretty skeptical of anything crypto/blockchain related myself, though.
I would too. In fact, I am not invested in crypto. There's not really any foundation to the price of crypto. And so, it's just at the whim of whoever happens to be buying or selling at the time. To me, it's just too much chance just to be manipulated, which does happen. I mean, like Dogecoin is probably the biggest example of that, simply because it's just what they call a meme coin. It was never meant to be anything serious. It was just it was basically a joke coin, but it's turned into something pretty stable. If you actually invested in it fairly early on, you probably increased quite a bit of your money.
Mm-hmm. So Doc's class was called Blockchain for Business, where he talked about the business case uses for blockchain and where it's useful for, as basically an alternative to a database.
Well, no, it's not an alternative to a database. It's a more secure method of collecting data in a distributed fashion, is really what it does.
So when I say alternative to database, I mean it's another way of storing information when you need it stored in a different format than a database. Is that not accurate?
We can live with that one, I suppose.
Okay. Matthias says, my very superficial understanding of blockchain is that it's just a ledger.
It is a distributed ledger, yes. And that's what makes it so valuable to companies like Walmart and various others who use it to collect data from people that they need to have data from. Like, for example, Walmart uses the food trust database built by IBM. The food trust blockchain built by IBM. Now, the food trust blockchain allows Walmart to collect data from all of their farmers and suppliers, and it provides a way to accurately draw back. Like, for example, you have a salmonella outbreak, and you zero it into a certain batch of food. The food then can be traced immediately through the blockchain back to its source, and you can shut down just the factory or clean up just the factory or farm that provided the produce or product. Where right now, I mean, many companies can't do that. Like, and the big example that I used in the class was simply an outbreak of E. coli that happened in what kind of lettuce was it? Romaine lettuce.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And they literally took millions of dollars of romaine lettuce off the shelf because they couldn't track where it actually came from. They knew it came from California. So basically, California farmers had to basically destroy all of their stock of romaine lettuce. They didn't have a market for it. They, when it goes past the season, it goes bad and you don't have a market, period. So they lost money, and everybody else in the stores, when they had to destroy the stock that they had already purchased, they lose money, and all because they couldn't track the particular location that it came from. And the food trust blockchain helps them to track it exactly from its place of origin. And that's the whole point, is to be able to do that. So blockchain allows you to do that. And they've used it for wines, they've used it for jewelry, they've used it for all kinds of different functions where they need to track where it came from and its authenticity, so to speak. Robert is getting a C on this subject.
Doc just doesn't. Okay. Doc gets triggered because people constantly say that blockchains are databases, and they're not. And I wasn't saying they are. And so he was just triggered that I dared compare the two because Doc loves databases more than blockchain.
Do I love databases more than blockchain?
Yes.
I don't know that I'd draw that. I mean, when I've worked on databases, virtually all my career, and some databases that are still in use in Boeing, built a database that basically took all of the purchased parts um, for Boeing commercial airplanes, and those commercial uh, purchased parts had to be forecasted. So you had to meld together um, the parts that were being purchased with the planes that were being built that they went on. So you had to have the bill of material, and then you had to meld that with the schedule for building the planes. And so you knew when to purchase the parts and how many parts to purchase. And my database basically melded all of that data together into a plan that procurement finance could build. Well, they still use that database today. And so the beginning of my finance career at Boeing was to build that database. The end of my finance career was to, I came back to that same database and ended up managing it as the last thing I did at Boeing, making sure the data was loaded properly and the data was valid and so forth. So that was kind of a cool ending to my career.
And Nuckrack says, I always loved working with databases. When you get to that moment where it finally clicks, you just feel like a god, just like with Bregex.
Okay. Yeah, databases can be real fun. At least I find them fun.
Volocrum asks, how do you feel about the system that you created will probably be obsolete for at least a while with the current economy?
The current economy, they're still going to build planes, and they still need to forecast the parts. What happened though was the database I built was built on SQL Server, and they lifted it with all of its code and put it on a Teradata database so that they had a more robust back-end engine for it. So that I appreciated that upgrade, and so that's how I ended up managing it. Was with on Teradata instead of um, on SQL Server. But will it be obsolete? I hope they eventually make it obsolete, because they can't, they,
It's not meant to live forever.
Yeah. Thank goodness they took it from the SQL Server that I had built it on and upgraded it to Teradata. I have 8 of these things now. 2 more.
How different was the Teradata version?
It was amazing how alike it was, because they took all my code too that monitored what step it was on, because it took literally hundreds of steps along the way to bring in the data, massage it, bring it in, clean it up, and bring it in and get it ready. They even took my monitoring system to the point that I had built in order to make it in Teradata. So they literally lifted it almost identical from the SQL Server straight over.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was interesting.
And Matthias says, obsolescence is usually a side effect of progress.
Obsolescence, yes. It's usually Boeing moves very, 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 very slowly. I mean, yeah, very slowly. There's so much bureaucracy in everything that goes on there, and that's part of why they're failing with NASA right now and getting the Artemis program up and running, and why they're failing so badly in taking, even taking passengers up to the space station. I mean, they can't get their capsule certified, and it's 4 years, 3, 4 years behind schedule. It's just, it's embarrassing to sometimes when I see the news, I'm embarrassed that I worked for Boeing as long as I did because it's just how in the world could the company that was so proficient and putting, astronauts on the moon can't even get astronauts to the space station? It's just bizarre unless the problem really is NASA and all the bureaucracy NASA puts on it, maybe. But NASA's going to have to go to SpaceX, take a hands-off approach, and let a company that actually knows how to get it done finish the product.
Arkin says, the bureaucracy expanding to meet the needs of the expanding bureaucracy.
I hate to say that that's a true statement.
Oh.
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
So true.
And Matthias says Boeing has plenty of issues with their core business, let alone space.
Their core business being the commercial.
Yeah.
I assume that's what they're referring to. And yeah, they really stubbed their toe on the 737 MAX. It just, that was bizarre how badly they muffed that. That should have been handled much, much more smoothly. They should have voluntarily taken the planes out of service. They should have immediately investigated it. Yet they just kept producing planes like it never happened. Yeah.
So that quote was from Oscar Wilde, apparently.
The bureaucracy expands to meet the needs of the bureaucracy.
The needs of the expanding bureaucracy, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy.
And how long ago did Oscar Wilde live? And he's still true today.
Yeah. So Volocrum says the bailout merger of the past was a poisoned apple. What do you think about that?
The bailout merger of the past.
Was that McDonnell Douglas?
The merger with McDonnell Douglas happened in 1998, and I was part of that merger.
Yeah.
I was working for HR at the time, working their IT stuff for HR. 6, 7, 8.
A shadow IT.
10. No. Well, I guess you could call me shadow IT, but at that time, they didn't know the term.
Yeah.
All the
Everything was shadow IT.
right. They didn't really have an IT department, so to speak. They had an IT department that didn't have any teeth.
Mm-hmm.
That really didn't ever take control or do things the way they were supposed to.
Matthias notes that Oscar Wilde died in 1900.
Uh-huh.
Holy cow.
And
Wouldn't everybody love to go back to the bureaucracy of 1900? Wouldn't the bureaucracy level of 1900 be so wonderful to have?
Yes. No kidding.
Wow.
And he was complaining about it then. Bizarre.
Yeah. 2 hours ago, we were paid to kill Doc, and I'm just now finally getting some good progress on it.
I am so mad.
Doc, I
that you're
didn't
finally
forget about
making
you.
progress on that. That's such a waste of time, actually. And
Not at all.
And Robert is supposed to be here, helping me get things built, and you're wasting his time with this idea of killing me. Maybe we should take that thing away so people can't even use that.
Never.
Never. They will always be able to kill Doc. Nobody's guessed the movie yet either.
No.
That kind of faded off. We still have 58 viewers who've stuck with us on Twitch. That's
Good.
way cool. All right, these truck stations are working. I'm going to go put a drone on the Singularity Cells truck station. Drone port. Start bringing in Singularity Cells and then see what we can do about putting a truck on that line. So this one's going to be
Archon asks, where is Garrett, by the way? And Garrett is actually out working in the yard at the moment.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
Mom recruited him, huh?
Yeah, that's why Freya was back outside. Garrett streams with us on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for the most part.
Yep. Yep. Okay, and then this port got a. We're looking for singularity cells here, folks. There it is, singularity cells 1A, and this port is singularity cells 1B, and bingo. And let's go ahead and put a drone on this port. Transportation. Let's put a drone on this port. And that drone will probably immediately take off because it'll get its cargo container and take off empty and go pick up some singularity cells. And the other one's already flying above. Look at that, wanting to land already. Now, we have to set up a truck station. A truck. Robert, we have to set up a truck. Do you want to drive the truck?
I don't know. I definitely have to get this death chamber done. We don't want to miss that getting done.
Really?
Look, I'm even like I'm building it nice. This is not going to be a one-off thing. This is a permanent fixture.
Permanent fixture. You're even blueprinting it?
No, it's just it's finding a nice home in the hub.
Okay. Okay, I'm building a truck. And I'm putting the truck down right there. And I'm putting fuel in the truck. Oh, I haven't even fueled up the truck stations yet.
Oh, yeah,
So
I do
I'm gonna go do that first.
that. Archon says, "Oh, Doc, that's where you could send the boys when they have a dispute."
Yep. To
There
the
you go.
death chamber, boys. That would be.
Oh, does there need to be an observation room?
Oh, brother.
That's to be watched and judged from on high.
Oh gosh, you hear that evil laugh?
It's an entertainment laugh. I'm enjoying myself. It's not evil. Matthias says we were discussing Subnautica as a game for Doc to try earlier. Is that one you've considered?
No.
I think it's been mentioned before. It's kind of on the list, but I think one of the next ones that Doc really wanted to try was Kerbal Space Program. And what else was there? There were a couple others that we wanted to try first. But I actually bought him a copy of Stanley Parable, because Doc has not played that before. Fortunately, it would not function. It kept on crashing, and apparently it's a problem that's been around for a while for the game. Which is super disappointing, because I think that's a perfect game for Doc to play.
Well, I'm gonna have to move the drone port. I'm gonna have to move the truck station. So I
Right.
hooked up the. If you're seeing me on screen, I hooked up the conveyor belt to the. Coming from the drone port to the
Oh, yeah.
fuel port, and it needs to go to the in port, and so I need to move this over so that the exit port can go to the product port, and then have the truck station. So I gotta go reconfigure these things.
Okay. That's actually a good shout, Matthias. He says try Firewatch if you're looking for walking simulators.
So I'm going to go ahead and walk away from my desk for just a moment.
Okay.
Why don't you show your screen and you can show what you're doing,
Okay.
and I won't be seeing it.
Okay, and you'll take a quick break. That's just fine. We were actually kind of, Doc and I were discussing the other day how we can. Oh, I need to actually move the stream over. What did I just take off? Okay, I clicked the wrong button, but I don't remember what I clicked. Come on now. Aha, there we go. Oh, and look, guys, I'll leave the camera on because Callie decided to just settle in on Doc's chair. How about that? Caffeinated says Firewatch is actually my favorite game of all time. Cool. Well, so what Doc and I were talking about is the fact that every game that we play, oh, and you can see the side of the factory from where I'm at. Every game that Doc plays requires planning and preparation, and we were lamenting the fact that I mean, it'd be nice if Doc had a game where he could just play the game and just enjoy the game for itself, right? Instead of having to do the planning and prep and stuff. So something like walking simulators uh, would be neat. Okay, so here's the idea. I'll show you guys from the start. I'm building this in my little basement area, and since we actually have a decent number of viewers here, you likely haven't seen this. When Garrett built the hub, it's a beautiful hub, and this is our shaft that's being replaced with an elevator. It's a supremely beautiful hub. It looks great, great architecture, yada yada, whatever. Who cares? He gives himself and Doc a nice office up in the observatory. I got the basement. And so I have continued to decorate the basement accordingly. And so we have over here, we have radioactive fuel storage. Don't want to stay in there too long. And I added this room, just some pipes and storage and, you know, just a utility closet type room, right? Over here we have some miscellaneous parts storage in case you have like, you know, some power poles or whatever nonsense over here. This is all the Christmas, yeah, all the Christmas decorations, right? You know, all the different Christmas signs and their motivational signs just for Christmas, right? Job well done is the perfect present. And let's see. Efficiency is the best holiday cheer, and only the Grinch puts presents over productivity, right? A little bit of detailing here. I want to finish putting in a little workbench here. But down here is the office, which you guys saw a little bit of earlier. Right, the customer complaints area, right? So that's my office. But anyway, what I've been adding to be a killing chamber for a Doc is this first one over here. Because we ordered, Icy Knight ordered a death for Doc today, and it has to be basically explosive Frogger. So we come up this corridor, and we have this long corridor here, and I'm going to have factory carts going left and right across here, and he has to get to the far end with the dodging the factory carts. So that's kind of where we're at. Going to put a lower roof across. Yeah, let's nudge that up by one. There we go. And that's me using infinite nudge because I'm not on 1.1 yet. Volocrum says that looks great, and Matthias says your detailing is impressive. Don't have the patience for it. It does take patience, and I appreciate that. To be honest, if I was playing my own world, I wouldn't do any of this. But I'm playing with Doc, and I'm here to do kind of what he wants. And so when I kind of have downtime and I'm just chatting and, you know, I end up doing this kind of stuff, which typically I wouldn't really spend the time to do. So, oh, we better change the screen before Doc sees it. Well, oh no! Poor cat. Oh, and the cat goes right back.
And the batteries are gone, the whole 9 yards.
Thanks, Spirit. I appreciate that. And of course, the cat jumps right back into your chair, Doc.
Yep, right back in the chair. Yeah. Okay, let's try this. I'll try to put you on there better so you're not half off of the map. Okay. Ah. Okie dokie. Okay. We're back. Okay, I've made some blueprints for multi-foundry and assemblers. Which big factory. Way cool. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna put this truck station. We're still gonna put it in here, but we're going and okay, it's not wanting to adjust very well. Okay, H. There, that's the one I want lined up. Okay, let's see what that. First off, why is it not on the ground? Can you use nudge to get it on the ground?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't want to be on the ground when I.
Oh yeah, because the barriers are there. Yep. You could definitely nudge it back down.
Okay, so I mean I can't even get it.
Yeah, just press H.
Okay, so I'm gonna
And if you shift and press down, it'll go down.
shift, press down, go.
There
Okay,
you go.
good. I just have to get over it so I can see it, the alignment here. That's the alignment I want right there.
Interesting.
Okay.
Matthias says, I made some blueprints for multi-foundry and assemblers for my first big factory and put some detailing into that. The assembler one was slightly off. Perfectly symmetrical, though. Working with frame foundations and walls is a pain.
Frame foundations.
Yeah, what we put below the train
Trains,
tracks that you kept on falling through. Doc hasn't fallen at all today, and I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I'm getting better at that. I stand up straighter, more proud. Okay. Then I'm gonna have to power all these things back up. I might have to reconfigure my surplus bin over here for my rocket fuel. Not quite sure. Might be able to leave it there. See, I have an overflow container here that's full of rocket fuel. And it's supplying rocket fuel to the dimensional depot. So the whole point of this overflow is to make sure the dimensional depot stays full of rocket fuel. All right, so let's put a rec station in here. Wow, that one's placing just fine. Interesting. Okay. Ah. Might be an angle problem. There. Interesting.
Blaine Bob says, hi, Doc.
Hi. Glad you could join us today.
Well, Doc, give me about another 10 minutes and we'll be done.
Only 10 minutes?
Yeah.
10 minutes? I have only 10 minutes to live?
Yep.
Don't I get my last meal?
You didn't grab a snack while you were inside?
I guess not.
Matthias asks, how far back does Doc's experience with computer games go?
Computer gaming?
Yeah.
I was, in order to learn programming, I was started by writing simulation games. The biggest one was a Moonlander. I played that game, tweaked on that game for many, many months, if not years. So I'm not new to gaming. I'm just new to modern games because I had a career, I had a family, and needed to pursue both of those in the meantime. So,
Yeah. In fact, there for a while when I was a kid, Doc had his own small business building and selling computers and teaching people how to use computers. And Doc used to, back in those days, you used to have shareware discs to show off your new games, right?
yep.
And Doc had a whole stand of them, and this is me, like 7, 8 years old. In my mind, there were hundreds of demos, all these games, and I loved every minute of it because I had every single game in the world to play, right? First 10 minutes of them. And so I played the first 10 minutes of every single game over and over again.
We're talking Duke Nukem and
Jazz Jackrabbit.
yeah.
And, oh gosh, what was that one?
Jazz Jackrabbit was definitely one of them.
Yep. Uh-oh. I've frozen. It is just my game, yep. My game crashed. So many old games.
Yep. So many old, two-dimensional, very, very two-dimensional games.
And we played quite a few Sims, like the Sim Cities.
Yeah.
And,
SimCity and oh gosh. I played WoW for a long time.
Yep. Very casually, because that was when he was big in a career, right?
Yeah.
And we played Age of Empires as well. Age of Empires 1 and 2 were a big deal.
And then when WoW booted me out, what game did I go to?
Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What is that game called?
I mean, I still have that in Steam, so I can resurrect that anytime I want.
Yeah, what's the MMO with the Asura rat people? Can't remember what it's called. Guild Wars 2.
Guild Wars, that's it.
Yeah. So he has not played City Skylines yet. But that one's definitely on the list.
Well, not a stranger to games, just inexperienced with games at my current age.
Yeah.
And current games. Yeah.
Once the general consensus of City Skylines is that they have most of the graphics issues taken care of because it used to be so rough on a CPU or rough on your computer. Once they have that kind of ironed out and they have a decent amount of quantity of content for it, I think Doc definitely should play City Skylines.
So were they kind of trying to compete with SimCity?
Definitely. They have more or less taken over for SimCity because SimCity wanted to go the more cartoony type route, more abstract, less real. And when their latest SimCity came out several years ago, it just flopped entirely. And City Skylines went for the much more realistic route.
interesting. I hadn't noticed that because, I just didn't play SimCity.
Yeah, I bought their more recent one. I just, ugh. And Megalith says, I don't think they'll ever fix the FPS and performance issues. Because they said, a simulation game is supposed to run in 30 FPS. Ugh. Ugh.
Okay, 30 frames per second it is then.
And Blaine Bob has asked a couple variations on this, but what's the best game ever, Doc?
Satisfactory.
Yep. This is his favorite game.
Honestly, this is just... Coffee Stain has done just a magnificent job of it. And they keep doing a magnificent job. It's... yeah, they just keep producing. As long as they just keep producing for everyone, I think it's the most underrated game out there. But, not everybody likes Sims. I mean, everybody's into this first-person shooter stuff. And I don't find that very intriguing or very engaging at all.
Yeah. And German Chips asks, are trucks necessary? Why don't you just build a lot of conveyors?
Are trucks necessary? No. Nothing is ever necessary in this game. I mean, you can always use conveyors, you can always use trucks, you can always use trains. I mean, you can definitely get to the point of using just one technology. But I like using multiple technologies.
Redstone Ninja says, I have to disagree with Doc. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best game ever. It is an excellent game. I have a problem with games like Red Dead Redemption and like Skyrim. And it's just, I get so distracted with the game. I enjoy living in the world so much that I forget about the story.
You see what's on my screen?
Yeah. Because it wanted to build in the air and you had to smash it through, you're just going to have the supports below. The alternative is to get rid of the barriers we put in and rebuild it, then put the barriers back.
Not. Just leave it.
Yeah.
That's just silly.
So Matthias says something like Half-Life 2 may change his perspective on FPSs a little. Well, you see, Matthias, we have this evil, dastardly plan. First, we get him to play Stanley Parable. Because it's a walking simulator, and it's fun. And it doesn't have much... There's no skill required, right? He can just enjoy being in the world. And then we move him over to Portal. Because it has a lot of the same vibes. It's also fairly casual and requires a little bit of dexterity. And then once he enjoys Portal, then you say, well, guess what? If you enjoyed Portal, well, if I have the game for you, then we push him over to Half-Life 2.
To what?
See? To Half-Life 2. See, it's a progression. We get him to...
Okay. Whatever floats your boat.
It may take a few years, but we'll get him there. We'll get him there.
That'd be better.
Matthias says, put the dock frog in gradually boiling water. I like it.
Put the dock frog in gradually boiling water. Okay.
Well, so there was a great video that came out a number of years ago now, Doc, on YouTube, of a guy who, played video games his whole life and had his girlfriend play a game for the first time, a video game. And I think it was a Mario game. And it was interesting to watch her play because she'd never played video games before in her entire life, hardly ever used a computer, and seeing the kinds of stuff that games assume that we know. when they build a game.
Uh-huh.
And that level of assumed knowledge, and it was rather eye-opening for him and for me as well, of just like, wow, okay, there's a lot here. And the amount of institutional knowledge in the gaming industry that's been built up since when you used to play Duke Nukem
Yeah.
is incredible.
Assumed knowledge. Yeah, and that assumed knowledge a lot of times will destroy the chance for some people to play the game because they'll just get too frustrated before it gets to the point of being fun, you know?
Yeah.
And if they can't have fun, all of a sudden you're done.
Yeah.
You know?
And the sad thing is, I'd say mobile games, it's almost a cliche of you try a new mobile game that looks fun, and then you have to spend 2 hours in a tutorial, right?
Yeah.
But that's because mobile games, unlike traditional gaming, really do understand how much onboarding it takes to bring a person who is new to gaming into the sphere. And so they spend so much time on onboarding for these new people in an attempt to bring in a whale. And to be honest, the rest of the industry could learn from that.
Yes, I could.
And Rip alone redeemed Stretch, Doc.
All right. Definitely. Has anybody redeemed hard drive?
Oh,
Today?
no, but somebody did redeem Butterfinger.
Another one?
Yep.
I don't know about this two. I mean, I gotta watch my figure.
I
2
mean,
Butterfingers a day.
I can,
It's
it's
tempting
because
me.
the stream, hitched.
It's
But I can refund it if you'd like.
it's tempting me. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
After all, it is getting towards lunchtime, right?
Yeah.
For us.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
Satisfactory has crashed out for a second time. And,
for you.
yeah. Oh, there we got scan a hard drive from Archon Azrael.
Okay.
Evolicrum says, all that effort mobile games put in to get your mom. Yeah.
To get your mom.
And to get people who don't ever play games. Yeah. Matthias says, I've watched quite a few Girlfriend Made to Play Portal YouTube series. It's cool gradually seeing them grasp it and their eyes opening to the possibilities. Although many do find the first person view a bit nauseating. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah. When you talk about nauseating, that you won't find Mama Doc playing Minecraft as much as she would like to. She's fascinated by the game, but the gameplay just makes her sick.
And even at that, she still comes and sits down to a computer to play it every once in a while. And she'll play for 20 minutes and walk away because she just can't, which is so sad. So, somehow they have to, build the scaffolding, which I think is the term that Mom's education degree talked about for new players to learn, while somehow at the same time without alienating people who've played before. When it's happening with all those mobile games, is I'll play it and I'll get stuck to this stupid tutorial that I can't get past. And then I just walk away because it's not worth the time.
Right. Not worth time.
Redstone Ninja said, I just got my fiancée into games. She's currently deep into Hogwarts Legacy. Obviously, she was only convinced to play because it's Harry Potter. Yeah. Yeah, I've actually heard really good things about Hogwarts Legacy, that it did a really good job just in general. Oh, Talos Principle would be great for Doc. Nakrak says we should try a game like Talos Principle. Garrett's a really big fan of Talos Principle and has actually played it through more than once. But yeah, Talos Principle is a story-driven, puzzle-ish walking simulator type game. So it's got a deep story, and I don't think any of it really requires much dexterity or anything like that. It's just, can you figure out how to unlock the next area? So that's actually a really good shout now, Nakrak. So for some reason, my character's back at the Mega Factory again.
Why is your character back at the Mega Factory?
I don't know.
Interesting. I wonder how much of your building in the Gigafactory for my demise is.
I hope none of it. I hope it was just my character, because the world didn't crash. Volcrum says Hogwarts Legacy is a legitimately good game, very Harry Potter, but also has a very high skill ceiling.
Oh, really?
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna get this figured out yet. How do I configure this? I think I'm gonna point it that direction.
Blaine Bob says he likes Satisfactory and Factorio. He says the new game called Tectonica that's like Satisfactory, but you have to build your factory to get more of the story. Yeah, Doc, haven't you played a few hours of Tectonica?
I did play a little while in Tectonica. I've been meaning to get back to it. I didn't find anything negative about it.
Yeah, you started kind of like around the same time you started Satisfactory, and that's right.
And that's basically what took my time after that. Yes, exactly.
Matthias, I love FTL. I have played so much FTL. It is amazing. To be honest, yeah. Well, let me read the first comment. He says his dad hasn't played games for about 20 years, back when he got addicted to Command and Conquer and Red Alert. Command and Conquer was a great game. That's like Age of Empires 1 era, back when that genre was king. It's not quite that genre. It's more of a... Gosh, I'm trying to remember. Anyway, says, I think my best bet to get him interested again is through Dwarf Romantic, which is a solitaire... He likes solitaire and jigsaw puzzles.
Oh, okay.
Plus, it's a really pretty game.
Yeah, it is. I understand.
And, but yeah, you know what, Doc? I think you could give FTL a shot. That would actually be a fun game.
FTL.
Yeah.
And the FTL is...
Tell
tell me what the
it's
acronym stands for, at least.
yeah, faster than light.
Faster than life?
Light. So you're piloting a spaceship, and you have to pass through a certain number of zones and escape the attacking ships and get to the very end and fight and destroy the final bad invading ship at the end. But it's not a dexterity based game. It's are you making the right choices when to what asteroid field to fly through, what planets to visit, what things to harvest, assembling a crew, that sort of thing.
Okay, so you're managing.
Yeah, it's definitely more of a sim, but when it comes to actual combat, because a ship will attack you, it is a real-time sim of the attack, but you can pause at any time, and you can automate it so it kind of runs itself.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like at any point you can pause and select what your next action will be, so things will run on its own.
So it's kind of like a Star Trek simulator?
Yeah, it's a lot like Star Trek. I wish it was more open world like Star Trek would be. because it's very definitely you're escaping from the bad guys and you have to run and get to the end and stop the big bad guy at the end where it finishes.
Okay.
So a single playthrough is 20 to 30 minutes.
Is all?
Yeah, so maybe it's something that you and I could play a round of off stream to kind of get you the concept of the game. And if you enjoy it, we could play on stream sometime.
Okay. Interesting.
Matthias, Matthias says that they used to play Command and Conquer over a direct network cable in the mid-90s. Good times. We did the exact same thing in our family. Me, my mom, and my dad, the three of us used to play Age of Empires, mostly Age of Empires 2, Age of Kings. Same thing. It can't be nice. Maybe it just feels like 20 to 30 minutes, Matthias. Maybe it just feels like that. No, I'm talking about a successful run. It can't be that long, can it?
90 minutes is okay if you're on the stream.
Yeah. The time does fly. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel it. And Volacrum, yeah, wrong game. Okay. Well, the modern versions of Age of Empires are excellent. They've done such a good job at updating Age of Empires. I absolutely loved them.
All right.
And Blame Bob says there is a new update for Tectonic over 1.0. Cool. Yeah, that might be a game that Doc has to check out. Basically, when he's finished with Satisfactory, when he's between worlds or something.
Yeah, and when I don't have too much yard work to
Yeah. And Nakrak does note that that Hogwarts Legacy is missing Quidditch for some reason. Look.
If you can't play Quidditch, I mean, what's the value?
Okay, I'm sorry. Quidditch is a bad game. It's a bad game. It's a poorly designed game that doesn't work at all. You shouldn't try it. It's not a fun game.
Okay.
It's a game built in a fictional world, so the fictional main character could be the star of the game. It's a bad game. It's poorly designed. Okay?
Boy, are you
Period.
beating the dead horse? Come on. The horse is
yes.
dead already. So you can stop.
Yes. I know it's fun. If they completely change the rule set, we can play soccer on brooms. That's fine. Okay? But the game itself is bad. See? Exactly, Matthias. It's a game built for Harry to catch the snitch shockingly every time, making the whole rest of scoring irrelevant. Exactly.
So we're talking about Quidditch in particular?
Yeah, I'm talking about Quidditch.
The game Quidditch?
Yes, Quidditch within Harry Potter. And Redstone Ninja's correct. They can make a separate Quidditch game.
They did make a separate Quidditch game, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so. Look, yeah.
All right.
Qualicrum said Empire Earth 2 becomes very stressful because the AI will micromanage everything across the whole map faster. But I can say that after 4 hours of suffering, I did beat the AI and it felt amazing.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. We're getting this set up here. Got the train, got the truck stations with fuel.
I gotta get a move on. Make sure finish this.
Yeah, because there's only 40 minutes left in the stream.
Yeah, it's almost done though. It's almost there.
Hmm. All this just to cause my demise? That's crazy. And what have I done wrong? Not a thing. I'm innocent. Been wrongly convicted, was in no court at all. Okay, what's wrong with this?
What? Oh no.
Okay, Robert, how do you deal with this? I've got this that got raised up just a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and so I can't get the port to connect to it. Just destroy it, try to put it down again.
Yeah, I think so. You might need to just remove those barriers to get it working there.
Well, only two of them did that. I ended up
Oh, okay.
successfully putting the rest of them in. I think it was just more of an angle problem, and
Sure. German Chip says, you know what would be cool in 1.2? A hypertube booster and a screen display for seeing conveyor outputs from just one screen. Yes. We've mentioned sensor panels. You know, it's kind of what I mentioned, what I call them, multiple times, and totally agree with that.
well, I got it down on the same level, and I got it lined up. Hopefully that will do. Yeah, that did. Okay. So I'm checking each of these to make sure that that they're getting their fuel. There it goes. Okay.
Belzorium says, that's a big factory you got there, Doc.
Oh yeah, it's a little big.
It's a wee bit big. Yeah, just a little. Just a wee little factory.
Okay, logistics conveyor belt. That's off just a little bit, but that's not. Okay.
Greta says, I'd like to see Doc play Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, that one's probably a little. That's probably a little too far out of his comfort zone. Maybe long in the future.
Can't remember the concept of Baldur's Gate.
It's a D&D game, but you assemble a party, you go through a story, but it's very open, allows you kind of do your own thing. Combat, combat's entirely turn-based, which means it's you go to a character, tell the character what to do, go to the next character, tell the next character what to do, that kind of thing. Um, so I mean, it's something you'd be entirely capable of doing, but this is coming from somebody myself. I've played D&D for a very long time, and I've enjoyed playing it for a very long time, and I've wanted my parents to get into, my whole family to get into playing the game, and Doc's tried it a few times and bounced off of it pretty hard. As a video game, and Redstone Ninja asks, is Doc going to play more Civ 6 or 7? He said it'd be cool to do a member stream where we all play a Civ game together.
Yeah, we found Civ 7 to be pretty buggy.
Yeah, that was really disappointing.
Yeah, because we did a whole build up and then a stream, a couple streams with the new Civ 7, and it just didn't go well.
So maybe when they finally fix the game, I guess. I know they've been improving it, but as much as the changes they made, they kind of hyped them up quite a bit. I actually found the changing from one age to another to be very frustrating, because I felt like I was finally making some progress and getting somewhere, and they would rip it away from me. And when I finally was going to get my build down, they'd start throwing in these massive restrictions that meant that Civ changed from being a game where I get to build the world I want to build and do the upgrades I wanted to do and dominate the world the way I wanted to, oh, now I'm playing the game that the game is imposing on me, and it's restricting me in its way. Oh no, you can't have that many settlements. Okay, well, I guess I'm not doing that. Oh no, you have too much population. I guess I'm not doing that. Just ugh, yeah, really.
All right. I am ready to record a path, Robert. Finally got to the point of that. So.
Okay, well, I'm about to do the same thing over here. So,
Okay.
best of luck to both of us.
Yeah, no kidding. Are you gonna recommend we just take it slowly? Well,
Yeah, I think so.
if it would go.
Do you have fuel?
Yeah, I gave it fuel. Yep, I gave it fuel and 100 fuel in it. Let's try driving the thing again. Stop recording. It's still wanting to record, but it's not going anywhere. Close the loop to finish recording. Autopilot disabled. Everything looks like it's right. But it's not driving, so I am going to destroy and Rebuild. Support. Truck. Okay. It's fuels. Drive the truck. You'd open. Start recording. And get rid of the Q menu. Okay. And it won't go.
Okay. Can you get it to go without recording
Sorry. I was using the arrow keys, but I'm
at
on
all?
the keypad.
Oh.
Oops. You have to set the truck stations to load and unload.
Yeah.
If I set the truck station, the unload truck station, after I make the path, is it still going to work?
Yes. The truck just does whatever the station tells it to do. Doc, I think this whole course is going to cause me more brain damage than you. Which is not the point of these. Matthias asks, how reliable do you find the trucks? I've seen them derp out for other people. Too much to bother myself.
Say that again. What did you say afterwards?
He says, I've just seen them derp out
I
for
got-
other people to bother myself.
Oh, to bother myself. I thought the bother yourself was your comment. Okay.
Yeah, derp out too often. Yeah.
Okay. The truck is now working, and I'm just going to no, get rid of the path for now, and I'm going to then set it to autopilot and exit the vehicle. I gave it a vehicle path name already. Invalid path name. Okay. Okay. Set the vehicle. There it goes. I'm going to run in there and make sure that this is set to unload over there.
Oh, the game is starting to hate me. It's really starting to hate me.
The game is starting to hate you, huh? Hate you.
Yep.
This one's set to.
I hope Icy Knight is happy with what we're doing here.
Why wouldn't he be?
Well, first off, I have no idea if this is ever going to work. I'm pretty sure it won't.
Oh, because Icy Knight is your customer?
Yes, that's a. You know what, Doc? You always have the right words. And Caffeinated shop is finally complete.
Oh, cool. I'll be excited to see it tomorrow.
And we have a new chatter over on YouTube. Fatherafall, I think is the name. Says, "Love you, Doc."
Thank you. Oh.
Oh, will you stop it? I keep on getting out of these carts, and I get teleported through the wall for some reason.
All right, there it goes. What are you doing? Why are you going back here? Okay, because I drove it outside of its path node. And there she goes. Okay. Now the question is... No, I don't have anything. Do we have singularity cells being... Oh. That's interesting. Now, do we have a path to deliver anything to the hub? This is going to be quite the adventure, getting the singularity cells now from this truck station to the hub.
Correct. Yeah, Garrett and I kind of briefly talked about that,
Mm-hmm.
and we have no conclusions yet.
Maybe it's time to end the stream. Oh.
Oh, not before we have a death here, Doc.
Oh, well, I was trying to avoid that too, but, you know.
Although we might have to do a version 2 or 3 of this, because this is definitely not the final version of the chaos that this room could have.
Well, when you share it with Garrett, I'm sure he'll have even more ideas.
Oh my gosh, my frame rate has not.
Not improving, huh?
Yeah. Would you mind
Would you mind?
coming to the hub?
I would mind, yeah. I am in the hub.
Come on down to my office.
Traveling through.
So, Doc, this is going to be...
So, okay, the observatory, Robert's office, and the unmarked one is mine?
No, the unmarked one is nothing.
Okay.
This is going to be less of a murder as a dexterity exercise.
Okay.
Do you have a sword on you?
No.
Okay, well, you can use my candy cane baton.
Oh, we don't have swords in this business.
Right there.
No, I've got.
Oh, you do?
something I can use. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, well, what we have, unfortunately, is a case of some runaway carts, as you might be hearing them right now. And I need you to help take care of them.
Why am I not hearing any games? Turn.
You should definitely be hearing them right now.
Okay.
Are you hearing them?
I'm hearing something.
Some honking?
No honking. Wow. My game sounds are really bad.
Like right now. Hey, don't pull me up. Let's go through here. Upstairs. Oh, okay, Matthias can hear it. Good. So, we have some runaway carts, and your job is to pick up the carts.
Pick them up.
Yes. You're gonna have to clear them of some novelisks. They accidentally got in the novelist, and so. Whoa. You watch your health.
Oh, doggone it.
And they're just teleporting away from you. Oh, good. That one didn't hurt you.
What is this?
See, this was supposed to be Frogger, but they're too glitchy to be Frogger. Okay, Matthias is heading out. Have a good one, Matthias. Go.
Do you want to just come resurrect me?
No, okay, I'll come res you.
Right next to. Right
You
next.
almost made it. Oh, you got in the cart. Ah, that rescued you.
The cart rescued me.
Yeah, you were inside the cart, so you didn't take any damage. Okay, well, Doc, that's about all the chaos that I had in store in here. Hopefully next time it'll be a little bit more engaging.
Okay. I'm having trouble finding the cards, but
Yeah, the cards are pretty difficult. Here, this one might,
well, it actually does let you hit the carts. Now, why would you do that?
oof. Oof.
Did that kill you?
I was the far end of the wall, so no. I had backed up.
I was hoping. I was hoping it would kill you and me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will do my best to improve this for next time, okay? Hopefully when Icy Night is here.
Is he the one that ordered it?
Yes.
Ah. Well, definitely have creepy sounds down in your office, that's for sure.
And for some reason, the very first card I put down started honking, and I can't get it to stop.
Huh. It's honking to you, but I wasn't
Oh, you didn't hear any?
honking at all.
Oh, okay.
That's why I thought my sound was glitchy, because there was no honking.
Because I was mentioning honking. Yeah, which is probably the reason why I can't find the one that's honking, because it's not actually honking, it's just glitching. Okay, well. I got it. I got the death as requested, but we'll ensure for Ice Knight's sake we get it improved. Jake Leith has a question for you. He says, I love the videos. How would you recommend making an efficient train line in an area where resources are diverse?
Oh boy. Oh, efficient, but your resources are diverse, meaning a lot of different resources. I would have a train that was long enough to pick up all the resources at once that you can get to the train station, and have multiple cars that unload different products. Like at our mega factory, we have a train with 6 cars, and all 6 cars unload a different product from each car. So we have it going and picking up things and bringing them back, and then they load in their separate conveyors straight to the mega factory where they're needed. So yes, you have to be very careful about how you designate which things load into which, especially if you're going back and forth. You need to use blank train stations to make sure that the train doesn't load into the wrong train car, because I've had that happen where I've gone one direction and it loads one product, and go the other direction, it loads the other product. Use blank train stations to make sure that blank platforms to make sure that your train loads to the same car every time for the same product. But other than that, diversity can be a really good thing with trains, because you can have multiple things loaded on a train. So that's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, I'd like to remind people just one last time, because we're heading to the end here. We do have a Discord channel where we like to talk and hang out, and especially for anybody who has who's a new viewer, love to have you over there. And anybody who has become a member, or who has followed, who a member on YouTube, or who has become a subscriber on Twitch, please go over there and enjoy the members only forums and areas. Enjoy this Friday. We're gonna have a stream from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time, where we will be recording our next Satisfactory episode. So everything you see here today is just a preamble to the episode we're gonna be recording to release next week, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I hope to see you guys all there. As well as if you guys enjoy playing Minecraft, we have a Minecraft server that we opened just less than a week ago, and that is the same world that Doc plays in for his episodes. Okay, so Doc has his base there, and that's where he's learning the game from the very beginning. So people who are brand new to the game are absolutely welcome there. We love having you there. Doc's a beginner. We have a number of other beginners. I myself probably have only about 100 hours in Minecraft. Plus we have some people who are really advanced, who are really good at giving advice and helping people out. So we'd love to see you there.
don't quite know how I'm going to replace these tilted walls
Where are you trying to get the conveyor to go to?
to the hub.
Oh,
So it's going out this direction, and it's going to go below to get to the area for the portals. Portals
Yeah.
area is clear out the other side. So not quite sure how to encase
extend
this.
the vertical wall above just down by one.
Okay.
And actually, if you can go down by one, but can you nudge it to? Yeah, that's fine. I can repair that hole. I have a decent idea of how we can do it.
Okay. Because basically, you're going to need a half wall on either side, and then you're going to need a portal here in the middle, because it ended up coming right in this gap.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It's gonna have to shift because we don't have adjustable portals.
Now,
So-
we could go ahead and put the wall here, and I could jog this over into.
Yeah, how about
like-
you do that?
So we could do the conveyor wall one right here. And then if you can adjust your tilt up to meet that, or frankly, we could just put walls. We could put these side walls back. I could put that side wall back. And then
Yeah.
we could put another one of these walls under. And then we could put triangular piece walls.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking of doing.
If I could get it to go the right angle.
You might need to build the floor first. Put the foundation underneath you, and it'll snap to that foundation.
Gotcha. I don't want to leave it with it destroyed. So,
I appreciate that.
yeah. And it connects just nicely.
Excellent. That's the exact fix I was gonna put in.
Okay. And let's see if the triangular walls work better there. Now. Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the way to make it look nice.
And I'll just jog into this hole there. And look at all those beautiful singularity cells.
Excellent. Really happy to see those.
Yeah, me too, because I really want to be able to start going places a lot easier than trying to, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, appreciate everybody being here. We just about got to the point where we got the singularity cells over there. We'll connect those up to the portal room and start making it so that those portals will stay fired up all the time, which will be way cool and neat, and it'll be just really, really good to get to places that we can't get to currently, that we just struggle and waste a lot of time to get to the next area. So next time, look forward to that. Tomorrow we're going to stream what time, Robert? Is it a 12 to 4 or a 9 to 1?
Tomorrow is 9 to 1 again. Same as today.
Same as today, 9 to 1 Central U.S. time.
If you go to Discord, the schedule channel will have it localized to your time.
Aha. Okay. So you'll be able to see exactly when it is for your time. That's cool. I didn't know that Discord could do that.
Yep.
So anyway, I have an interesting one. Hassan Akert says, "Dad, how are you?" Not quite sure which son that might be, but or daughter. Okay. So, all right. Maybe it's an adopted child
There you
that
go.
I don't know about yet. But, I adopted Cookie Shen, so I can adopt others. All right. So we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Subscribe if you haven't already on YouTube. Subscribe on Twitch, and you can get member benefits. And if you become a member on YouTube, you get those same member benefits. And look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Talk to you then. Bye bye.